Hello everybody, is this thing on? Testing this thingamabob right now. Testing it out, making sure it works. Hello everybody. Can everyone hear me? Everyone, can we all hear me good? Do I sound alright? I feel I was fiddling with my stream settings, so I don't know if I'm sounding okay, like if everything is going good. Like I was just testing it. I was just messing around with my settings. So how do I sound, everyone? How do I sound? You all can hear me? Okay, okay. That's all I needed to know. All right. You sound fine. Better get better by not playing like Zeus. Yeah, totally. Alright, good. Glad that everyone can hear me. Okay, well then, with that being said, welcome everyone. I'm honestly, I'm probably gonna keep the music playing in the background low key, cause I'm gonna be real. I don't think you guys just want to hear my monotone ass voice. We're just gonna keep the music playing in the background. Hopefully, it's not too loud. So yeah, entire NAU is just a skill issue. We're gonna get to that shortly soon. We are running a little late, as you could tell. I was fiddling around too much with my settings. So we are gonna get to that soon. W, yeah. Hey man, music is fire. We like music. So yeah. As you can all read by the title of the stream, I'm going to be shortly joined with the man, the myth, the Elio, and we are going to be talking about this server. We want to talk about this the improvements that can be made. We want to talk about all the stuff that can be done to have the server better represented. Regardless of whether that is going to change, that is up to us as a community. But I've been passionate about this topic for a long time. Eli, as we can see, is passionate about this topic, so why not get on the stream together, especially during maintenance when nobody has much to do, and talk, see what we can do better, what can be done. And with that being said, I'm going to be joined by him. This is about to get copyright strike for the Pokemon music. You see, the thing with that, right, is I don't have a comeback for that, so you're actually fucking right. I might actually get copyright strike. But the music slaps. Yeah, you right. So maybe I let me search up copyright free music actually, real quick. Yeah, kids. Sorry, the music has to die. No, it doesn't. I'll just keep it in the background while I'm out here searching. Yeah, maybe I'll just put the fucking link in the description for you. Start playing Disney music. Yeah, no, I'm not beating that case. I'm not beating that case. No. I'm not beating that case. I don't know who you think I am, but I am not that guy to be fucking with Disney. Glitchx City. Ooh, thank you. Glitchx City, huh? Alright. If you guys can't tell, I'm a bit of a Pokemon nerd, so yeah. I'm a bit of a Pokemon nerd slash geek, so yeah. Alright. So okay, so hopefully now I don't get copyrighted. Eli have Eli sing in the background while you talk about NA. Have a lawyer may represent you in court when Disney sues you. 100%, 100%. Alright, well, I don't want to leave you guys here bored while we don't do anything, so I'm probably gonna set up a game to play real quick. I'm gonna set up a game then, just so we can, you know, until Eli comes. Let's see, what game do people like? How about we play Tower of Fantasy, right guys? Who wants to see me play Tower of Fantasy? No way, the Pokemon music. Yes, I didn't know this community had so many Pokemon fans. I thought I was one of I thought I was one of the few. I'm a have you played such heard of the game Hades? I haven't. I have not heard of Hades. No, I have not. Do tell, do tell. Should have played Pokemon instead. I mean, I can. I'm doing a Nuzlocke right now. Set up a Word document and make points like like meeting minutes. You are right. You are right. I definitely am gonna do that. I'm gonna actually let me open up a Google Doc real quick then. Yeah. This stream was gonna be the meeting minutes. Low key. I love Hades. It's on the Switch and PC, I believe. Play some good old DOTD. Genshin greater than Tower of Fantasy. Soundtrack 1v1 with the one and only Eli Owen Pokemon. Alright, hold on. Let me open up the audio source real quick. Ooh, dude. Okay, so now I think Tower Fantasy should be being shown now. For all you kids that want to see it. Yes, let Tower Fantasy EXE run through. I think Naeu should not exist as the servers. My god, that's so grim though. I accidentally fucking just boop. Alright, let me... How does it look on the other end? Is it loading through? Can you guys see it? Or like, is it just bad? I think it's just bad. I think it's just bad. I don't even know, bro. Like, this thing is just not... I don't know why it's not working. What is this? The game isn't launching for me. Okay. Well, this is a problem. This is a massive skill issue. Can you guys hear the game? So you guys can hear the game, but the game itself doesn't want to show. Yeah, okay. Why is the launch screen not... Oh, glow. Okay, well, that's a problem. It's just the launch screen? Yeah, no, I just removed it because I'm like, why isn't it... I'm just like, okay, you know what then? What I'm gonna have to do is just... Okay, so I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna just say... OBS better? Like... Dude, that's so annoying. Yeah, it's not showing up. What the hell? That's really aggravating. So do I have to just like screen share this? Because I don't want to do a screen share. I'm gonna like just... Can I mute this? Like, is there any way for me to just mute this? Or are you guys gonna have to hear this? That's really awkward. Why? Why does OBS... Why? Why do you want to do this to me now? It's so annoying. Yeah, even now it just only wants to show the... Yeah, like, look at this. What is this? Only the launcher shows, right? That's annoying. Okay, well... That's aggravating. That's really aggravating, actually. Like, hardcore. I don't know why it's not doing its job. Man. It's very... It's loud, yeah, I'll have to change that in the settings, because I'm gonna be honest, the music is bugging me as well. That's really aggravating, actually. Let me just, like, lower that shit by a lot. I don't know why it's not doing its job. I'm lowering that shit by a lot, yeah. Try another game? I suppose, yeah, I can. I think I just might have to do a screen share for the time being. Yeah, I think I might just have to do a screen share. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do that. Alright, chat, you guys get to see this. Alright, chat, you guys get to see this. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do that. Alright, chat, you guys get to see this. Yeah, you guys get to see this. Alright, chat, you guys get to see this. What the fuck? Why is my mouse not doing its job though now? My mouse doesn't want to work now? What the fuck? Yeah, it's not letting me attack, it's not letting me... Bro, come on. Why is my mouse not doing its job, bro? Attack. My mouse doesn't want to work now. Fuck. Is that the game? Oh no, I'm echoing because I'm looking at my stream on another phone, on my phone. That's why I'm echoing. That's why I'm echoing. Don't worry. Hold on, let me disconnect my mouse real quick. No, it's just not. It just doesn't want to work, huh? It just doesn't want to do its job. Oh. Yeah, my mouse just doesn't want to do its job, huh? What? Why is that the... That's not making any sense. There's something wrong with my stream settings that's messing with it. Tower F actually only... I'm not bothered enough to download another game that'll kill my system. I mean, hey man, it is a good game though. What is wrong with this thing? I don't know anymore, man. I don't know what's wrong with Tower Fantasy that it's doing this bullshit now with my mouse, but like, I suppose this is gonna be an issue, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, well, that's a rip. Oh, what the fuck? So now shit works? So when I take it off of stream, it works, huh? That's really aggravating. But when I put it as the main thing that shows... Okay, never mind, chat. We got this. We got this. There we go. Never mind, chat. We're good. We're good. We are good. We are good. We are playing Tower Fantasy while we wait. Let me just like have my phone open now, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna have my phone open. So that way then I can look at chat. And then also, you know. If chat wants to load on the phone though, that's the issue. Alright. Sir. Boo 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 McDonald's. Well, let me pick that lettuce up. Sir. I gotta go up there, huh? Blow up the cracked wall, huh? Mechanics requirement. I mean, it is a Genshin ripoff. I will say that. Is it just supposed to?
Mia, it might be dangerous inside. Wait for me by the entrance.
Affirmative. Please stay safe.
So how about it just? No, this is literally Genshin 2.0, bro. This is legit Genshin 2.0. Except you can hold 3 weapons. Except I kind of like the combat in this better just because it's more futuristic and sci-fi. Eli started streaming. Finally. Oh shit, I fucked it up. Damn. Damn it. Ooh. Combat reminds me of a replicant. Yeah. Barrier when boss is about to unleash his shatter attack. Okay, well. Large bosses over will hit the mount button and launch a mount attack. Oh, I'm getting a tutorial here, right? Because I haven't advanced that all throughout the game. Ooh. Eat those. I don't like this. Oh, damn. No, not getting caught in that.
The barrier disappeared. The exit should be up there.
Holyovers. Honkai Star Rail looking interesting. Yeah, it is. So Eli started streaming. Okay, hold on. Let me just check this out shit real quick then. Did you mean to change the title? No, I didn't. Alright kids, well that's Tower of Fantasy for right now. I guess after stream, you know, if you guys want to keep on watching me play, I'll keep on playing. But other than that, we're gonna go back to good old. Alright. We are going to go back to the good old. I'm going to call Mr. Eli O, and yeah, we're gonna have some nice music, and that'll be it. Let's call Mr. Eli O. It's literally another Genshin based from gameplay. Yeah, I'm just biased to it because I like more futuristic sci-fi shit. This man Eli could pick up a phone to save his life, man. Eli, please. Alright, well, I'm in the call. He hasn't picked up, but I guess back to the ambiance of music. Still don't know why it wasn't working, though, beforehand, but still. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoy. Did you guys games like Genshin not long lasting? Nah. Calling up, nah. Play some Elden Ring. Listen, I'll play a whole bunch of different games. I was just a teaser. I'm gonna play a whole shit ton of games. I'm gonna be that guy. Okay. Could this man Eli join a call if his life depended on it? I wonder why. Back to playing Genshin, I mean. I mean Tower Fantasy. I only played Genshin for Ito. Honestly, yeah, Ito was the thing that got me back into Genshin because the man is fucking the man.
Hello?
Oh, shit. Yo, what's up, Eli?
What's up? Let me make sure this is actually loud enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if my phone or my iPad is actually louder. None of them are exceptionally. Oh wait, I can just turn your volume up, I think.
No. Hold on. Okay, chat. Can everyone hear Eli? Eli, say something random.
Every time people ask me to do that, I never actually know what to say. So,
Oh my god.
we're gonna turn your volume up. Can you guys hear Zeus? Zeus, say something. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tú quieres comer? Estamos aquí.
¿Dónde está la leche? ¿Dónde está la leche?
¿Dónde está el pie mío? Where's my papa?
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. What's up, Joy? How's it going? It's good to see you.
I guess we have.
So today, guys, again, as I mentioned, we're doing a discussion. So, everybody, buckle up, get your notepads out. Feel free to ask any questions in chat. We'll try to address them.
Yeah.
And,
I'm looking at your chat. You're looking at mine, so make sure we don't miss anything. All right then. Well, that being said, for those of you that are unfamiliar with me, I am Zeus IDV, content creator, ex-top hunter, etc., more playing Survivor, and yeah, we are going to be talking about the state of NA and what can be done to improve, because both Eli and I, we want to see the server improve. We want to see more competitive representation on our side of the server, and we want to make it happen like that. But before it can happen, there needs to be changes. Oh my god, your chat's clowning me over what I said in Spanish.
yeah, a lot of them speak Spanish.
Hey, let's go, my people.
Anyways, yeah, so we're going to be talking, so I guess, again, I talked about this a few minutes ago, but if you guys remember, we talked a little bit about one of the previous streams. One of the big things that I really wanted, that I brought up last time, which is something we can segue into immediately, if that's, if you want to do that. But basically, what I was talking about was what happens a lot in the server, and this does not happen in other servers, but it happens here in NAU a lot, and that what happens a lot is that people, lower tier players, like newer players, lower to mid tier players, they'll watch a lot of videos that a lot of higher tier players put out, especially constructive videos such as tier lists, such as guides, such as whatever it may be, right? And a lot of them have their own opinions, and that's fine, but a lot of them, like, they kind of go in and they just kind of trash talk the person that put out the video, and that's kind of a problem, because when you look at the Asia servers in Japan, China, even Southeast Asia, when they put out content to try to help improve lower to mid tier players, the lower to mid tier players, they don't go in and say, oh, you're wrong, I know what I'm talking about. No, they go in and they learn from it. And believe it or not, in a lot of games on the internet, right, a lot of people, they'll go watch, like, people who are very popular on YouTube or whatever, to try to learn from them, right? So they can learn things from them and incorporate it in their gameplay. Take me, for example, I literally just got back into Clash of Clans recently, and I was watching a Clash of Clans person or something. I don't know, whatever. That's just an example.
Crying.
But yeah. But the problem is with the NAU community in particular, a lot of them go into. We'll talk about the guys. We're going to talk about like.
We'll mention up toxicity and like how people, we'll talk about that all later.
We'll get to all of it. Don't worry. And again, guys, feel free to add anything in the comments to try to address it. But that's a problem. Is that in the other servers, a lot of the lower tier players, lower mid tier players, they'll go watch the high tier players and they'll try to learn from them, right? But here in NAU, we don't do that. All the lower to mid tier players, not all of them, but at least half of them go into these higher tier players' videos and they start trash talking them and they say, oh, you know what you're talking about? Luca is the best character. I can assure you guys, Prisoner sucks. And that kind of is something that is very frustrating because a lot of us, like me and Zeus, put a lot of time in. Psyche is another one. We put a lot of time into making these type of videos to help you guys try to understand and improve, right? And a lot of it gets completely blown off because people go into the comments and they just say whatever they want, even if it makes no sense, and they think they're right. And that, again, that doesn't happen in Asia. They're more respectful and they try to understand. Until the point that I'm trying to make is that until these lower to mid tier players start watching the top tier players, maybe understanding that maybe they know what they're talking about because they kind of do, and start to understand what they're saying, then and like incorporate that into their own gameplay instead of just trying to be right about everything. That's the thing. That's how we improve. Is these lower to mid tier players could become very good if they actually will open up their minds and listen to these high tier players who know what they're talking about.
Yeah. To piggyback on continuing what Eli said, there's the succumbence of everyone always thinking that they're right. They're very egotistical, and it comes down to a point of where it gets tiring trying to help because it kind of feels like you're talking to a wall. It's like on Eli's tier list video, which one was it? The Survivor tier list for this season that you made?
I made a server one for this season. Yeah.
Yeah, the Survivor tier list that Eli made. He already addressed it on stream through looking some of the comments, but I'm gonna go back to that again. A lot of those comments were just filled of egotists thinking that they were right instead of listening to Eli, who has already hit #1 Survivor, has already kept that title, and it just doesn't lead to any growth. You I hope I'm making sense here. I know I stutter. I just stutter a lot when I'm like trying to keep my thoughts together, and I'm very passionate over something. So I apologize for stuttering, but
you're good.
One of the main things that off learning that I want to mention is the amount of competitive respect that there is for the server. This server, specifically NA, there's zero competitive respect. There is competitive simping, but there is no competitive respect. We have people who, like, back during Koa 3, Koa 4, there were people simping over, there's legacy simps, there's B4U simps, there were potato simps from like way back when in the early seasons. But there is no actual competitive respect. We have people in stream chats constantly berating on other players anytime they make a simple mistake, when in a tournament situation you're under a lot of pressure and you can't always think in the same way that you would in a ranked situation. We have people constantly bringing up drama in those chats, constantly bringing about stuff that are irrelevant to the tournaments. Then we have people even just straight up harassing sometimes the commentators or even mods that are in those stream chats, saying that they don't know saying that they're not doing their job properly, or that nobody cares about tournaments. All we want are skins. We want cute skins. We want new cool characters. Like little kids asking for another piece of candy on Halloween. And that is just disgusting, because it's like the whole point of this game mainly is for its competitive aspect, which is why Japan has their own tournament, Southeast Asia has their own tournament, China has their own league for the game aside from Koa and having their own tournament.
Japan has a league too.
Japan. Oh wow, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I completely forgot. Japan also has a league. You are right about that. Japan as well also has a league. All of these other servers have their own leagues, have their own tournaments, have more representation than we ever could and ever will, because they respect the game competitively. They understand, like, okay, if I want to make something with this game, then I need to get better. But to get better, I need to understand that the purpose of this game as well is not just skins. It's not just looking cute, not like matching patient and psychologist profile pics in game. It's, okay, I don't know what it means to properly promote Cypher Rush, so I'm going to learn what it means to promote Cypher Rush. I struggle with rescuing against certain hunters, so I'm going to practice against rescuing certain hunters. So there's a tournament being streamed later this week. Instead of complaining about the tournament and saying that, oh, this could have been a skin leak, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch this tournament, and I'm going to see what the higher tier players do. So that way then I can learn and take what they do and apply it to my own gameplay. There's none of that in this server.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, guys, I'm just gonna say, again, guys. So what I think what a good way to do this is, we're gonna talk about a topic, and then after we talk about it for a little bit, we'll pause and we'll let you guys like ask any questions, and we'll go through and address all of them, because I see a lot of you guys have some good stuff brought up, and it's kind of hard to, address it while obviously we're in the middle of talking about these things. But we're gonna like talk for like a little bit about a certain topic, then we'll stop, let you guys ask any questions in both chats. We'll address as many as we can, and then we'll start on a new topic.
Yeah.
We're throwing that out there for now. Yeah, it's always the mid-eye players.
The mid-eye players.
So absolutely. That's gonna happen a lot. Is what he means by competitive respect, guys, is like he means that obviously there's people who like by sims. Obviously, there's people that support these teams, right? You have supporters for each team. But there's a few ways to like competitive respect. One, sometimes fans from one team kind of shit on fans from other teams and argue in chats, or they shit on the team itself. Those are a problem. Again, addressing that that's something that's very important. Also, talking about a lot of people shit on commentators. I obviously have seen that. I know that more than anyone, right? And that's really that's really kind of a problem. Have you seen how disgusting sexually the chats are? Yeah, I know. We'll talk about those as well. That's another thing we'll get to. We'll get to all of it.
We'll get to everything. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna put one step at a time.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, like, That's obviously a big problem. And again, a lot of these things they don't. A lot of these players they don't go into streams and they watch these teams and try to see how they can improve on them, right? They try to improve. They don't do that. They go into the streams and then they shit talk people when they do bad. Papa says NAU can't change unless a big streamer YouTuber joins an NAU, so NetEase would care about us. NetEase had advertising in Asia, but not NAU. So we do have a big streamer and YouTuber. That's Grizzly, and Grizzly's a great representation of a community guy. He's very good with the community. He's very good incorporating viewers into his gameplays and whatnot, right? And I think that's actually great, and that's something that I've started to do a little bit more. I want to do more community stuff. And something I can say about Grizzly as well is there's a lot of people who will go out and stream and are kind of like fake on stream, and then they're like different. They're actually different. They act like all nice and pretty and whatever on stream, and then in real life they're really not. But I can tell you, Grizzly actually is kind of a genuine. He is definitely a genuine guy. He's not one of those people that goes in and fakes being this. He's actually, like I've had opportunity to talk to him a lot. When we come together, he's actually a really chill. He's a really chill dude. He's great. And that's great, and that's something that we need. So that's good. That's a good point, Papa, as well. Is unless we have a big streamer come up from the Asia server as well, it's going to be difficult to improve that. Now, one way we can improve that is that our teams can actually be successful over in Koa, and this is also relating to competitive respect. Our server doesn't get any competitive respect from other regions. They all think we're horrible, and they have a right to think that because, the track record has been that way, right? We give one example of where NAU has been long cold. We haven't yet. We still are yet to do that. Is it possible one day to do that? Of course, absolutely. But to do that, it's going to take a lot more practice. It's going to take, more respect, gaining more respect. And to do that, it starts with positivity and less toxicity. Let's take Southeast Asia, for example. Skill-wise, they're really not much better than NAU. Skill-wise, Southeast Asia is very similar to NAU overall, but they have a ridiculous amount more respect. One, because they have a larger player pool, but two, because the people in the chat, they're not negative. They don't go in and they shit on the players and the commentators. They go in and they're like, I want my favorite team to win. I'm supporting each team, and they all get along, and everything's great. And it's also like that in Instagram comments as well. When they post things on Instagram and NAU, everybody's always like, oh, I don't care about this tournament. I just want my new Luca skin to come out. And then in Southeast Asia, everyone's like, oh my god, yay, I can't wait to see my favorite teams play. I'm really rooting for this team. And why do you guys think that is? Because they're more respectful than us, and they get more respect from NAU, not from NAU. They get more respect from NetEase, and they get respect from other regions, and then people support them, and then they, and then they get these huge. You go look at IBC. I want you guys to go to Identify Channel, look at Southeast Asia IBC. That is a 128 player tournament, and the finals team gets to travel to Thailand and play in Thailand. That's pretty damn cool, isn't it? Do you think they'll do that for NAU IBT? No, of course not. Why? Because we don't get part of it, of course, is that our player pool is smaller, but we also are completely disrespectful to admins in tournaments. Players are disrespectful to admins in tournaments. Viewers are disrespectful to players watching the players in the tournaments, and all the viewers are also disrespectful to commentators, and they argue and fight all the time. And that's why we don't get any respect, because NetEase doesn't like us, and I don't blame them. And until we improve on that, we're not going to gain respect. And it is what it is,
Yeah. Thank you. I guess we start looking through comments. Let's see.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions,
yeah, this is a good time before we go on to the next.
That's actually a good point as well, Papa. The problem is not just low tier, but high tiers. There's a lot of lot of toxic players in high tiers, yes, but also there are cheaters in high tiers that don't get banned. And I do my best to stay unproblematic as possible. But I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be releasing a video in the next few days about the cheating issue, and because I'm tired of it. Because there's these two players in top tiers on PC that I play against as as Survivor, and they use cheating and they use hacking on their they have plugins on their devices, and I have videos to prove it, and I will be showing that. And because I'm tired of it, I've gotten to the point where I just don't care anymore. I don't care. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I do care, but I don't care about trying to stay so unproblematic and just brushing everything under the fucking bed, dude. Like or under the carpet, whatever the saying is. I don't know what the saying is. My English is worse than most people's. But anyways, like
under the carpet, my friend.
Yeah, I'm tired of completely ignoring these sort of problems. So I'm going to address it, and if it causes problems, it causes problems. But I'm past it. I'm sorry. So anyways,
yeah.
Yeah, real quick. Eli, do you have any tips for teams that want to learn to play competitive? Again, watch the top tier gameplay. I would encourage you to watch a lot of the Asia gameplay as well. China, IVL, Japan, IJL, and also just watch a lot of the top teams that play each other in tournaments as well. Just watch the streamers, watch the guide videos. Myself, Psyche, Zeus, also Fafa streams as well. Make sure you guys go watch Fafa on Twitch. Fafa's an excellent player, an excellent hunter. If you want to learn things about hunter, go watch Fafa. Actually, Fafa's probably one of the best hunters that you could watch to learn things.
Fafa is green. Right. Hold on. How would you suggest to fix the problem? I would honestly say the best possible solution for us to fix this issue is, for one, we need to make the competitive high tier community more welcoming, because I obviously know, I've seen it firsthand and I've heard it firsthand, that a lot of people, they tell me sometimes, I want to play in the high tiers, I want to play more competitive, but I'm scared because everyone seems toxic. So that is true. There are, like Eli said, a lot of toxic players. There's a lot of cheating players over there, which makes it scary for sometimes low and mid tiers that actually want to make the push over to the high tiers. So I would say that one of the first steps we can take is actually make the high tier community a little bit more welcoming. Additionally, I would also say that we as a community need to put more emphasis on guides. We need to put more emphasis on creators that are focusing on trying to help the player base better the actual players. Because like when I search up IDV on YouTube, the things that I see that are like blowing up with like over 100k views are like, skin videos, skin showcase. Oh my god, this is my new favorite skin.
And real quick, I want to say one thing on that. That's fine.
Yeah, that is fine.
It's fine to caring about skins and to like the whole how you say it, fashion show aspect of Naeu. That's fine. If you guys are into that, that's fine. But the problem is a lot of those people completely disregard competitive. People will take a character they got a new skin with, like Doctor, and go play it in a ranked match and throw because they have no idea what they're doing because they've never played that character, and it's a terrible character or something because they want to show off a new skin. You don't do that in ranked. That will never happen in China or Japan. They will never do that. They will never take a character because they got a new skin for it and go play it in a rank match. Rank is competitive. High tier rank is competitive. You cannot go play random characters that you have no idea what you're doing because you want to show off your skin in rank. Play it in quick match. I don't care. Don't bring it into my rank match.
Exactly. So it's like it is completely fine. Like, okay, sure, you want to watch skins, but also do try to show that same amount of support for people that make competitive videos for you to get better at the game. Like I'm just gonna ask this as a something. When was the last time, like, the most up-to-date kiting guide I have seen was Eli's kiting guide? That is the most up to, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not wrong, like if I am wrong, do correct me in either chats. Eli's how to kite every single hunter guide is the most recent guide of how to kite, of just basic premise of how to kite, if I'm not mistaken. And that video is almost like a year old. And then before that guide was Persuable's how to type kite guide, which is from all the way back in season 4, season 5.
Yep.
Like, it's to a point where people, if they want to get better, they need to look at outdated information, then compare it to the current meta now, and then have to make educated guesses on what they could potentially do, and then have to experiment and test that out. When it should be, competitive should have the same amount of representation and love that the skin showcases, the essence pulling, the meme compilations, the funny edits, all of these things should have the same amount of respect along with competitive, because competitive is what helps get better. Like, I've made guides. I've made plentiful amount of guides. I've made hunter guides, I've made survivor guides, I've made character specific guides, I've made my first tier list for a while, and those videos, while they do fine enough compared to like actual haha guys, I'm gonna play 4 doctor in a ranked match and see what happens, it just gets cut to the side and then nobody cares. But then it's the same people that then go into ranked matches and be like, oh, but what could I have done? Well, you could have not kited to final cipher. You could have made sure to tell people not to rescue. You could have at least tried to die away from everyone's ciphers, not rotate into the hunter. All these things that you could have learned had you watched certain guides or at least attempted to learn. And that's kind of on the aspect of competitive representation and respect. People don't care enough to search up these things, to go out and watch videos to learn, but they care enough to look at their new best Luca skin showcase. OMG, this is Mind's Eye's new best skin. So
yeah, Psyche has good stuff as well. I think NAU doesn't have the motivation mental to go through the improvement pace for ADV. I mean,
that is.
Yeah, but it's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
We're not saying that you have to go competitive. We are not saying that. We're not saying if you want to be a casual player, you can be a casual player. But for the people that want to go competitive or want these competitive quality of life changes, if you want those, work for them. Because the people that complain about it don't want to work for it.
Yeah. To address the toxicity issue, before I became a content creator and a streamer or whatever, you don't know how many people have said like
N-word.
Have said the N-word, have told me to kill myself in post chat.
F-slur.
Because I didn't rescue them after they kited 10 seconds. And that's literally something, that's another thing. Do you think people in China and Japan tell them to kill themselves in post chat because they lost the game? I mean, maybe someone's done it once in a while, maybe, but NAU it happens all the time. All the time. And that's a really big problem, is that people just, they're on the internet, so they think they can say whatever they want. They get away with it. I mean, I've now, of course, I've had less people, tell me these things because, as we've grown, and I'm sure same for Zeus and Psyche, people don't really say it as much anymore if they know who you are, because they don't want to show up on a person's stream and be like, oh shit, I told them to kill themselves on someone's stream.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, but it's just like, but they still do it to people who just like random, like rank randoms and stuff. And I'll be honest, I get mad at people in post chat too sometimes, but I don't go and tell them to kill themselves. I just tell them, like, for a future reference, please do this. Please don't rescue if someone dies quickly. Please ping your cipher. Please do this, right?
But then they'll
not go kill yourself. Like, what?
Exactly.
Like,
I get mad at people who made mistakes in my matches. People have seen me. You can go back at my earlier streams from like when I was before, like from way back in like mid 2021. I have raged on stream. I have like been pissed on stream. I have done every possible form of anger on stream, but never once have I told somebody to kill themselves. Never once have I called them the N-word. Never once have I called them F-slur. Never once do I go in chat berating someone, telling them that they need to, that they're useless, or that oh my effing job, you could have did this. Like, never once have I done that in all my time, especially like when I started being a streamer, even before I was a streamer, because that doesn't build anything. All it does is just make everyone hate each other, and then when they hate each other, they see each other in a ranked match, then they want to throw each other's match because haha, f you.
Yep. Something else that's kind of interesting. This is, I don't know if I want to talk about this because it's very controversial. I'll skim it briefly. I'm not going to talk much about it. NAU could have success in Koa if everybody got along. If everybody got along, we could make a very good powerhouse 7-person team that would actually have very good success in Koa. But unfortunately, a lot of people in this community, especially the good players, they do not get along with each other. So they would never work on a team together. And a lot of people will not put differences aside to try to improve the community.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna talk more about that. We're just gonna stop right there because that's a bit controversial. But it's something that I just want to throw out there as well. So that's, anyways, that's that. Another thing as well. From now on, guys, I don't know if any of you guys actually do this, but if you notice, again, we're gonna return to the Instagram idea, right? When Netties posts something on Instagram for an NAU related thing, like, oh, NAU IBT, come out and support your favorite team, whatever. literally 90% of the comments are, I don't care, Nettie's, give me my new character, give me my new skin, give me my
Literally.
give me this.
Legit.
And it's just like, and people know when they say that, it does nothing. It really does nothing. That does nothing. Do you think Nettie, how many Nettie's admins do you think go in and read the comments? I want you guys to answer this. Everybody answer this question. How many Nettie's admins go into the comments of those of those posts and look at, oh, maybe we should release this character early because they're demanding that we do that. Wow. Let's go give them the skin that they wanted. How many Nettie's admins do you guys think actually do that? Just give me a number. Just any number, any general number. It can be in the negatives too, because that.
Yeah, that's not far.
I just want you guys to give me a number. 0, 1, 0. Okay.
1.
Oh, yep. 2, 3, 4, 500 million. Okay.
Negative
Yeah,
0. Negative
Nobody
0.
cares. All that does is literally piss off Nettie's admins and make us lose respect. That's all it does. So
Yeah.
it does nothing. It does nothing. It's literally it's stupid. We've lost more competitive players than gained in the recent times. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have. A lot of players have retired because there's just no point.
Why do you think that is? Because we don't get tournaments. Why do we not get tournaments? Because we lose the respect of the company that makes the tournaments. How many people go into the comments of whatever and say, oh, I hate you, net ass, because you didn't give me my new skin or whatever? How many people do you think do that? A lot of fucking people. A lot of people do that.
If I were to open Twitter right now on my phone, I could go on the IVC post, the IVT post and the IVC post, and I could see the astronomical difference between the two sides. You look in the Twitter chats, there's people like, yeah, I get to look at my favorite teams, like Eli mentioned. Instead, we have our people, oh my god, net ass, you didn't give me my new prisoner skin, so now I'm gonna start just filling your comment with racial slurs. So what does that do? Please, I want somebody to explain to me. If somebody, for some reason that is here, is guilty of doing this, please, I want a genuine explanation on either sides. What has that done for the community? How has that positively impacted our community? And how has there been a change compared to what you said that day? What has changed in the game from what you said on that day to now? Please, I want a real explanation. I want somebody to bring out the change. Somebody tell me that there was a change there. Please, I want to see. Because it it annoys me to all hell when I see this. Especially on the few times where there's actually dev communication. Like, Eli, I have a question. When was the last time the devs have released that survey that they give us to, like, actually communicate with our server? To, like, say, hey, guys, this is what's upcoming. What do you, like, what changes would you want to see in the future? What do you want to see implemented? Are there any issues going on with the game? When was the last time you've seen that? On Twitter, on Instagram?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't remember. Somebody give me an estimate. How many months ago? How many months ago, everyone?
Yeah, and you know, another thing is, like, when you guys see, I don't know if you guys remember, they post those things on Instagram sometimes, but the last one was a long time ago. It was like, and then they ask, like, what should we do to improve or whatever? And Nettie's response, I'm gonna be honest, Nettie's response are always kind of like half-assed. But why do you think that is? Do you think they care? No, they don't care. Should they care? No, they shouldn't care. If I was the head of Nettie's or whatever, right? I wouldn't. The only reason the NAU server is here is so people can drop thousands of dollars in skins and they can make a lot of free money. And that's great, because that's smart. That's literally, not only is that smart marketing, it also is like, why would they give us tournaments? They don't benefit from tournaments. How many people come out and watch NAU tournaments? Usually less than 1,000. You have usually less than 1,000 live viewers. I mean, obviously more later, but you usually have less than 1,000 live viewers watching NAU tournaments. How many people come out and watch Japan? How many people do you guys think on Bilibili will watch the matches for the China IVL teams? Some matches can get ultimately over views will get over 100,000. right? You'll get over 100,000 viewers, not live, but you'll get over 100,000 viewers, and then it can add up to even sometimes, getting closer to 1 million in some situations. There are people that come out and they support those teams in Japan as well. Japan gets a lot more viewers. I don't know the exact number, but it's way more than the 1,000 live viewers we get, right? So, that's and then if you look at, and another thing that's interesting is if you look at older, back when people actually committed to competitive, because this game used to be a lot more competitive. A lot of
Dude, I remember the season. I remember the season 4, season 5 days. Koa 2.
Yeah, 100 over 100,000 views for the Naeu streams, for the English streams. Over 100,000 views for Koa for English streams. How many do you think you get now? I think the most for this last Koa was like 50,000 or something, maybe.
And then
Probably
the
less.
average amount of people that actually will decide to watch said streams live, if they can.
Yeah, and actually, real quick. When I say over 100,000, I mean over 100,000 for NAU qualifiers. I'm not even talking about Koa itself. NAU qualifiers gets nothing now. But back then, you get over 100,000 viewers who watch it. Not live, but who will watch it overall. Alright? So, that's, and then, and then everybody, they realize that, you know what, we're going to stop, we need to talk about important things, because I'm just kind of ranting a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's literally the problem. So the main idea is, okay, we're going to open it up to questions if you guys have anything to add. But again, the main idea is we're trying to portray here is that, one, lower to mid-tier players, they need to start actually having respect for the higher tier players that stream and put out, content to help improve the players, and they need to start learning from that. People are always asking me, like, tips on this character, how to become better. That's great, but, there are so many people out there who just don't care, and they just play whatever character they want because of the skin, and they just don't care. So it's just, yeah. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, this is now a very good time to open up.
Yeah, now it's open up to questions.
There's also some toxic content creators who spread false facts and poor tips.
Like Black Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna name any names.
Yeah.
I either don't know or it's not something. It's controversial, but you're not necessarily wrong.
Not gonna say you're wrong. We're not gonna say you're correct either.
Definitely, that's content creators. I think there's a lack of content creator involvement, especially when the mean 12-year-old content creator words are everything. I honestly have not seen many content creators who stream who talked about like this. Yeah, this doesn't get addressed ever, so I'm glad we're definitely doing this.
I'm happy we're at least doing this. The word toxic is thrown around so much in this game. We'll get to that. We'll get to that soon, Junie. We'll get to that.
Opinions on the lack of coaching on our server. I mean,
that's.
I don't really know what to say on that. It's just that it just goes back to the point of people don't take time to
actually learn,
to try to improve. So there's a difference between coaching and lower to mid tier players trying to engage with the higher tier players and become good players. So with coaching, that actually comes from more of studying the China and Japan gameplay and learning from the very good players of Asia. That's how you're going to learn to become a good coach. The problem is a lot of the people who say they're coaches, they don't do that. They don't study these. They don't take their time because they're lazy. They don't take their time to study these other regions and see what they can do to improve, to help their teams improve. For me personally, I can tell you guys that a lot of my free time, not obviously, I do have a life, guys. I'm not a no life, but I do spend a lot of time studying team comps, gameplay, strategies, support, just any sort of different strategies that I can find from the China region and from the Japan region, and I incorporate that into coaching Fusion, right? And you guys will slowly start to see that as we play. Of course, we don't really get tournaments in NAU, so it's hard to see that. But when these big tournaments come around and they do play, you're going to see that. I promise you guys. And actually, a good example of that is, I don't know if you guys remember Fusion versus NL against White Boss's Wheel on Ever Sleeping Town. Sally had a difficult first kite, but the batter support literally just carried the game to a tie, almost a win. And then also the second game, Green's forward support literally carried the Priestess Kite into a tie, almost to win again, because support is really, really crucial. And when you can incorporate that in your gameplay, that's really important.
Yeah.
And again, you guys can actually become. You don't have to be a high tier to be a coach. If you understand how things work, if you study these teams, if you study these other regions, you can understand and incorporate that into your own team's gameplay. You don't have to be a high tier player to be a coach. There are some coaches who aren't high tier players. You just have to understand how
the game works.
You don't have to be. It's like strategy, right? You don't have to be good at the game. You don't have to be good at controlling your fingers and kiting someone. You just have to understand how it works and how you can, actually coach someone to become that. How many professional sports teams, the coaches, how many of them
actually play?
How many of them play the sport? None of them. They're old people, right? Like most of the coaches are usually some are retired, some are not, but most of them. Look at professional baseball, right? MLB. A lot of them are older. They're old. They're older people, right? They don't play the game anymore, and maybe they used to, but they don't play the game. But they know it really well because they study it and they understand the game. It's the same concept, right?
Exactly. There should be a way for the player base in general to have more coaches, but that only comes from people actually wanting to study the game and learn it internally. If we don't have anybody that wants to learn the actual mechanics of the game, like different tips and tricks for characters, I'm gonna just use this, like people, when Acrobat first came out, a lot of people didn't know that Acrobat could hop over some of the fences, some of the walls, some of the like little short stops, etc., or didn't even know about the moonlit loops post buff. You know how we learned about these things? Because there were people experimenting with the mechanics, seeing what they could get away with in game and what they couldn't get away with in game. Doing stuff like that is what builds coaches. People who want to go out of their way to learn about the game inside and out, and then give that information for people to practice, rinse, learn, and repeat, and then for it to spread out even more. We don't have any of that. We have only had so many coaches in this server, even to say like so many quote unquote so many good coaches in the server, that it gets to a point where anybody who has some kind of idea, not even a good idea, just an idea of what is going on in the game, to the people is considered a coach. Just to like throw that in there. Anyone who people feel has an idea, it can be bad, it can be good, just an idea, to these people, they are a coach. They are some competitive high tier god on a pedestal, because they actually took the time to learn, even if what they're learning could be fixed, could be improved, could be adjusted for the better. And people don't see that. Huge respect to Sero and Aaron. Exactly, like Sero and Aaron, those maps that pretty much, from what I've seen, a lot of competitive IDV servers have, like the Fusion. If I'm not wrong, I forgot. Does the Fusion server have it, Eli? The maps in there?
I think so. I'd have to check. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, I know that my servers has added, like, the old TVC server from when back in the TVC days, back in the glory days. The TVC server still has those maps that Say and Aaron made. The coaching server has those maps. My new team server has those maps. A lot of servers still have those maps.
Yeah. So Chips asked, can we talk about how people ask for tips for Survivor, how to cut a hunter in server or English, and then people just like clown on them instead of helping them at all? Okay, so here's the first thing: don't ask that in
English 1, English 2.
English 2, English 3. Don't ask that there, because everybody who sits in English 1 and English 2 and English 3 all day are either lower tier players who just like want to be there to maybe talk to people just because it's entertaining for them. So there's 3 types of people that are in English 1 chat. The first one is that people who just want to be there to enjoy themselves and talk to people while they wait for their matches or just chill or whatever. The second are ones that want to go in and just start arguing with people, be toxic, and say sexually explicit messages for fun. And the third is occasionally you'll get a person with a badge who goes in there to try to show off and grab attention from people because it makes them feel happy. So that's literally what the chat is. And so that's literally what it is. So if you want to ask about certain characters, don't do it in the public chat. You want to do it you can do it in Discord servers, maybe with people who actually will be like committed to discussing real topics with you. If you guys have any questions about anything, you can literally ping me in the Fusion server and ask me.
Exactly.
And I'll most likely see it at some point and respond. So you can definitely ask that.
Same thing.
You can ask Zeus as well. Zeus also has a. Do we still have the coaching server?
Yeah, we still got it. We still
Zeus
got
has a coaching server, so if you guys want to check that out, just ping me in Discord as well, and I'll send that to you.
Or you can even at me. You can, if you're already in the coaching server, like with Eli. So like if you're already in the coaching server that I have, literally just ping me in general or something if you have a question. Like I'll at some point throughout the day I will look at it, I will read it, and I will respond to you with the actual answer. Yeah, you know.
Guys, please
give me,
yeah,
please. Yeah, that. All right. So there's 4 kind of people: attention seeker, horny, please gift me, toxic.
And then just normal people who just want to talk.
And then there's the normal. Yeah. But I would also say though, if you are looking for advice, just go on YouTube and search up any guides you can for that. Don't rely on English. Like just go on YouTube and search it up. There's hundreds. I'm sure you'll find a lot of people, a lot of content creators that have not even content creators. Sometimes there are people out there that literally just post this for fun. Like I remember one time I was looking over through merchant catapult placements. I literally just searched up a random merchant guide on YouTube. Beautiful. I now have a whole crap ton of good catapult placements in my back pocket. That content creator though, they don't make it for content. They just did it because they wanted to do it, because they just wanted to help the community in their own way, and that's something that can help.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be a high tier player to make a guide on best good catapult placements. I mean, there are certain things that I would recommend being careful with, because there are certain complex concepts for certain characters, but there are also things that you can do when you just played a character file and you understand, like, what this catapult will propel me into this really cool area, or this patient hook will hook me into a really good hiding area. That's fine. Anyone who understands that can go make that. That's fine. That's great. Even I don't know every patient hook in the entire game, right? And you guys see how much I play patient. So, I mean, there's probably people who know certain hook areas that I didn't even know you could do. I mean, there's so many places that you can, do these things. So, it's just that's something that you can definitely, toy mesh placements are cool. So that's just something that can, that's something that you guys can do. So I think the main idea that we want to get across as well is for everybody watching, and you can also spread this to your friends and other people playing in the community, is that when you are there's a few ways to do this, right? When you guys are in the chats for tournaments, just cheer for your favorite team. You don't need to be shitting on other teams. Just cheer for your favorite team in the Instagram posts when they post about tournaments. You guys don't need to say things like, I hate, I don't care about this, give me my skin. You can either say nothing if you don't want to say anything, or you can say, oh, nice, I'm glad to see this, I'll try to come watch this tournament. You can just say something nice like that, right? And if you don't care, you don't have to say anything. Just leave it alone. And the third thing is so many people love to sexualize characters and make things way more explicit than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that either. I mean that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I get people are like, oh my god, this character is so hot. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It is a coded, pixelated
character.
On your screen.
It is a bunch of binary code.
Yeah. So, at the end of and that's fine. If you guys want to be like, oh, I love this new skin, or I love this character, it looks hot, whatever, like, that's fine. But when people say things like sexually explicit, and they just say it to everyone, and it's like totally inappropriate, I mean, that's dumb. That's stupid.
It just makes people uncomfortable. Like, it doesn't do anything. And as well, even sometimes just people who decide to pick their in-game names. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another
Can I say the names, or is that gonna get you? Yeah.
No, we're just not gonna say them, but I mean, they know, right?
You've obviously seen a lot of Norton. Yeah.
So that's another thing is so I mean it's mostly about what you guys as a community can do, right? And we try to do our parts as best as possible. You guys see me, I try to avoid as much drama as possible. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, unfortunately, And with this video about the cheating players, I'm done with just sitting around doing nothing about that.
Finally.
But, I tried to avoid either giving advice, but sadly, that I don't care. Giving the skins are always troll accounts, minors, and there's no way to get through to them. I'm on a huge server, and minors just don't want to learn. I mean, I guess that's. I still remember when people in the NA COA chats bashing on high tier gameplay. You want to know something that's really funny? Is that whenever one of the people in the tournament makes a mistake, and it might not. What's really kind of funny is sometimes it's not even a mistake. Like it's actually a legitimate play, and it doesn't look like a good. And then they start shitting on it because it doesn't make sense to them, or they're like, "Oh my god, this player's so bad." And then you look at the entire chat, and every single one of them is an elf with a 20% win rate who plays doctor or
Exactly.
enchantress, and they have no idea what they're talking about, and they have no idea how to do it better than what the other person did on the stream.
That really is a proficient issue with this godforsaken server. I want to take just me personally, like IVT as a prime example, especially with my team that was playing in IVT, the team that I was playing with during IVT. There were mistakes that were made, but there were also plays that we as a team made that a lot of people in the chat that I was just witnessing were just giving absolute shit to our seer player. Like just berating her for a mistake that she made that she could have prevented, but all mistakes happen. There was another time, I forgot what day, I forgot what team it was. There was a mistake with an item swap, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
I forgot the match, but there was a mistake with an item swap, and I saw a bunch of comments in the chat saying, "Why are they switching items? Why are they doing this? That doesn't make any sense. They should keep their own items. They're fucking trash. Why are they playing? They don't know what the hell they're doing. Get them out." And I'm just like, can any of you do this any better? Can any of you do this any better? I look at the chat and I laugh. I laugh because I'm like, yeah, these are the same people that complain about the server, and they're doing this, and I just sit there and laugh because it's hilarious. Because I'm like, why are you doing this? What are we getting out of this? There should be an issue on there's problems with the ping and that this is going. All right, but the thing with ping that I will say is that we all want good ping on the server. We all want the server to be consistent. I, of all people, want the server to be consistent because for those of you who have seen me stream, you see the struggles that I go through. The issue with the main reason of why we don't get, at least in my opinion, why we're not getting any actual like connection server fixes is because we just show that we don't care. We bitch and moan about it for like 2 days whenever we have the opportunity, but then the second NetEase releases something about a character getting a skin, or like Mechanic is getting this new stuffed animal accessory or something, or we're getting a new gardener skin, whatever, everyone completely forgets about the fact that the server is almost comparable to that of a fucking potato, and we continue on with our days and say, oh my god, skin, while meanwhile you were just complaining about the fact that there were server issues, you were crashing mid-match, and that you couldn't actually play the game. But that gets all wiped away because you get distracted by looking at a pretty skin. And then everyone forgets about that, and then they go back to complaining about it once there's nothing there. Once there's no skin to show, nothing.
Yeah, so something else I want to say is that another issue is that people, when they go into rank, when they get to like mid to high tier and they're trying to become better players and get that, they do this thing where they look at the leaderboard and they see whichever character is like the easiest to get an S badge with, and then they just try to get an S badge with that character. And that's really bad because a lot of the time that ends up being Barmaid for some reason, and Barmaid is a horrible rank character. Barmaid is one of the worst characters that you could ever play in rank. Barmaid, the only reason Barmaid is a good character is she counters Dream Witch. How many Dream Witches do you guys play in rank per day? I play in high tiers. I play like 1 every 3 sessions. Like there's just no Dream, because people don't play Dream Witch on our server that much because she's hard to play, and another reason, people don't want to invest the time
to learn her
to get better. So I mean, that's a problem, but whatever, right?
Sorry to cut you off, but like you see it on the JP server, like I watch a lot of JP streamers, Numa, Zeddy, etc. They ban their bans in high tier, Dream Witch and Wheel, or Dream Witch BQ, etc. Somewhere around there. Even in the mid tiers, they more so ban Dream Witch compared to the abundance of Blood Queen
Mm.
bans that we get in this server. And that's just
Not
because
only that, how many when I play Alt Hunter rank, guys, when you guys watch streamer play Alt Hunter rank, how many An bans do we see? How many people ban Naiad?
oh my god, bro.
You guys right now, and you don't ban An. First of all, An is not a win hunter, so you should never really lose to an An in rank that much. Second of all, Naiad is a tie hunter. You guys are banning people, not you guys, but people ban Naiad, they ban An and Naiad are not good ban characters. Like, they're not worth the ban. They're not that good.
And then
Right?
they'll
You should be
proceed.
banning-
Then they'll proceed to play characters that then also don't do well against the actual meta hunters. They'll pull some random shit out. They'll be like, okay, I'm gonna ban a tie hunter or a non-win hunter, and then after that, I'm gonna play, like, I don't know, professor. I'm gonna play like lawyer or some shit. They're gonna pull something.
Yeah. And if Barman is better than Doctor, why is Doctor supposed to be more meta? Doctor's not meta. Doctor fucking sucks.
Yeah, Doctor is not meta.
Doctor sucks. Barmaid sucks. Barmaid doesn't suck against Dream Witch, but she sucks against most hunters. Barmaid in rank is bad. Doctor in rank is bad. Any of the starting characters in rank are bad. Gardener's another character people in the server playing. Gardener's bad. I mean, I don't really know. But okay, but here's the thing. People say, I can't kite An, I can't kite Naiad. It doesn't matter if you can't kite them. You're not really... An has really, really good chase. You're not really supposed to kite An that long. But the thing is, An has very limited cipher pressure and very limited, like, cipher control. So even if you die really fast to an An, you're still going to tie the game. Because your cipher rush is really fast. So that's the thing. People ban characters because they can't kite them. But what they don't realize is, like, their character... Gamekeeper has really good chase. But you don't ever win as Gamekeeper because his cipher rush is terrible, or his cipher control is terrible. So you just cipher rush him so much. So, and actually, this is a really good point, guys. Okay, this is a really good point. You guys really should. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you here. Don't ban characters because you individually struggle against them, because that brings down the rest of the team. Don't ban characters because and guys, I know it sounds tough and this is hard, but this is the genuine. I'm just being genuinely honest with you guys here. Please, I encourage you guys, at least, do not ban characters because you individually struggle against them, because it brings down the rest of the team. Everyone struggles against An. You know, it's hard to kite an An for a long period of time because she has very good chase, but her cipher control sucks. It's hard to kite Naiad, and Naiad has good chase, but she doesn't have good cipher control. That way for cipher, she can't pressure him very well. So people ban characters because they individually struggle against them, but you bring down your teammates when you do that. You bring down your teammates. There's a top player who does this. I'm not going to say the name, but they ban Bonbon and Violinist because they can't kite them. And then we get things like Bloody Queen, we get Dream Witch, and we just lose because they don't ban characters that we should be banning, and it's really, really annoying, right? They're like, oh yeah, I can kite a Dream Witch. Okay, you kited a Dream Witch well, but Dream Witch has incredible cipher control and really good late game. We still lose the game because Dream Witch is just built that way, and that's why you ban her. That's the problem.
Complain about meta never changing, but don't want to play diff characters. Expand on that. What do you mean by that? Complaining about meta never changing, but don't want to play different characters. I want to hear.
Don't say the name Karina.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it anyway, but
yeah.
you watch the stream before you know what it is. People ban Photo. I don't know what. I have no idea what people ban Photo. Photo sucks. I mean, honestly, Photo is horrible.
Photo's annoying.
Worst. Photo's annoying, but he's one of the worst ranked characters in the game. Because this is why Photo sucks. Because Photo's games takes really, really long, and since he's just not a good hunter in general, you're going to tie or lose the game anyways. It's such a waste of time. Photo is not a good ranked character, and honestly, he's not going to turn in 4% BC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's NA, there's a chance, but like
maybe.
BQ ban in tier 4.
BQ ban's fine.
BQ ban is fine. Bloody Queen's a good hunter. Yeah. She counters a lot of the transitional kiters in the meta right now. BQ ban is justified. Banning stuff like Naiad, Nightmare. I've seen Nightmare bans.
Yeah, Nightmare is one of the worst hunters.
Nightmare ban. I've seen Nightmare bans.
I mean, Nightmare is D tier. Nightmare is D tier. That's ridiculous to me. What characters should you be banning? You should be banning. Depends on your tier. In higher tiers, you should be banning Dream Witch, Bloody Queen, and Sculptor, and
I would even maybe
Geisha.
argue a little wheel in Geisha.
Geisha if it's Moonlit. Yeah, Geisha if it's Moonlit. Occasionally Wheel, but I don't really think that's worth the ban.
No, because
And then, yeah, and then in like lower to mid tier, so around like Griffin tier, you should be banning Bloody Queen, and you should be banning Sculptor, and that's it.
yeah,
You really shouldn't. Dream Witch is not worth the ban. There's no good Dream Witches
at that
around
tier.
that. Clerk ban is actually okay because Clerk is like takes a really long time for the game to finish, so you lose rank time. And also, it's harder to beat a Clerk than a Photo, so you can actually lose to a Clerk, and also have a really long game, so waste a lot of your rank time. But with Photo sucks. So you should be always winning against Photo, and your approach matches are going to take a long time, but you're getting free wins and tots off of it. So Clerk is reasonable.
Yeah.
Clerk is reasonable. And then in Griffin middle tier, Bloody Queen, Clerk is reasonable, and Sculptor. And then maybe Breaking Wheel or Geisha if it's like Moonlit or yeah, that's about it though.
Players don't often.
Breaking Wheel. Sorry, one more second.
Yeah.
Breaking Wheel's also fine to ban on China.
Yeah. Players don't often understand to go for ties, but commit to ciphers or go for rescues even when told to sell. That is true, but I do feel actually no.
Listen to things.
I'm not gonna lie.
You have to listen to things.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was gonna say that's more of a mid-tier issue. I would be lying if I said that was a mid-tier issue.
Yep.
I would be lying.
Yeah, people don't listen to pings. If you get in a situation where it's like somebody dies, you say don't rescue me, and the random merc goes and saves and gets terror shocked, then it's like why? Someone dies instantly, they have no item. It's like a Mind's Eye, right? You shouldn't play Mind's Eye, but sometimes we'll get a random Mind's Eye. The Mind's Eye will die instantly, and then it's like everyone's like don't rescue me, and the merc goes and saves anyway and gets stuffed and loses the game. And we can still tie. We can still tie if they don't save. Next fight's good. Throw in Cypher Rush, we're fine. Don't feed present. But then they just don't listen and they do whatever they want. And then post that you tell them, it's like, dude, why are you saving? I told you not to save. And they're just like, I can do whatever I want. That's the problem with this server is a lot of people's mindsets are, I can do whatever I want. And that's a problem because that's what brings people down. That's what brings our server down. People thinking they can do whatever they want because they're on the internet and can do whatever.
Exactly.
Right? So.
Yeah. Okay, now tell me how to actually kite Geisha on Moonlit. Banning Geisha still, I suggest to go back to Elk where everyone knows how to kite.
Oh, and ping hunter change targets.
Okay.
If the hunter leaves you and you don't ping hunter change targets, then you're literally single-handedly throwing the match. Because as a player, I'm decoding thinking that this person's getting chased, and all of a sudden the hunter pulls up on me, and I had no idea that I should be paying attention. I mean, obviously you should be paying attention, but you're relying literally on your strong heartbeat or seeing the hunter.
Exactly.
Like, you have to ping hunter change targets.
Tell me how that works on a hunter like Wu Chang or a hunter like Wheel who can speed blitz across the map. Doesn't matter if you know where they are, if they just pop up right behind you, like literally within the next 5 seconds, and you have no actual preparation at all or have anywhere to go. I don't think. Oh, this is a response comment. I don't think the meta can be expanded when some characters can't follow the meta of transitional kiting. Yes, that is true. That's a response comment to the person that said that we want the meta to change but don't play any different characters. The meta, I will say this, the meta has changed. And not a lot, but the meta has changed. I can definitely say that the meta from season 10 and 11 and even from seasons 12 to 13 from the introduction of Painter and Sculptor has changed in the last 9 seasons. However, the change didn't majorly start until around season 17 and 18 when transitional kiters were slowly becoming more meta. And that's just because the hunters that were meta at the time were all hunters that can be rotated easily or get fucked over by transitional kiting. Like Weaver at the time. Weaver was still somewhat of a meta pick back during like Koa 4, like in the later rounds. And what was she? She was an anti-transitional kiting hunter. So now we have survivors like Prospector who've come a little bit out of the shell, I guess, if you want to run a random Prospector. Enchantress has become meta just because of the fact that she can counter wheel to a certain extent. And then, of course, she can also just kite and transitional kite very well. But
Geisha.
Counter Geisha, hell. So it's like the meta has changed. The meta has changed. To say that the meta hasn't changed is just pretty much saying I don't pay attention enough to the game, so I think the game still plays the same, even if it's outdated information.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Koa our recent Koa, the meta's built around support and entomologist support, forward support, priestess support, whatever, enchantress support now, and you look back to the year before that, what was the most common team comp guys, what do you guys think was the most common team comp? I'll tell you. It was Wildling, Mercenary, Forward, Explorer. That was the most common team comp the year before. And why do you guys think that was? Because it was a rescue heavy meta. Because you rely on having you have your Wildling and your Murko tied, and you have Explorer, you have good Cypher Rush with an Explorer, and you have your Forward go Broken Windows and be your main kiter. Right? And you just rely on the first kiter being the rescuer to have a very good first kite. Explorer Triple Rescue, thank you. That was literally the meta. And that's meta hasn't changed. Hello Acrobat.
I think that's a sorry.
Acrobat was fairly recent, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. The meta last year was Triple Rescue Explorer. Now it's single rescue and 3 support characters and maybe occasionally a decoder, but it's not as common. That's the meta now. It changes because other characters become better, and that's just the way it is. Because Sculptor used to be the best hunter in the game before she got a nerf. She was the best hunter, and Triple Rescue Explorer was very good against Sculptor. It was also very good against Bloody Queen because forwards could kite Sculptors very well. They could kite Bloody Queens very well, right? Pretty basic, right? And now Dream Witch is the best, and Dream Witch counters Explorer because Dream Witch can find Explorer easily, and she can double patrol her rescuers, so rescuers aren't necessarily good at kiting against her. So now that Dream Witch is the best hunter, you have more for faster decoding, and you have more for just support in general. And that also goes for things against Geisha. You look at Geisha. Geisha's become a character. That's why Enchantress comes in because Enchantress counters her, and Enchantress sucks against BQ, but BQ's been kind of taken over by Geisha, and maybe that'll change with Flywheel being added. But we'll see. I don't know. And when new things get added, the meta changes. That's just how it goes. So with Flywheel coming in, the meta might change again. We'll have to see. We haven't really seen Flywheel.
The persona, yeah, that actually links. In my opinion, I don't really think Flywheel actually brought that much change. Like Eli said, we haven't seen it actually used in a good tournament, so we don't know how much impact Flywheel.
It hasn't been. It hasn't been a lot in tournaments. So
you're right. Apologies for that misinformation, but yeah, it hasn't been used. It hasn't been allowed yet, so we don't know how it would matter. For all we know, maybe we see in tournament a wheel get kited by like a Flywheel Seer or something, a Flywheel Enchantress. You never know, even though you should be chasing Enchantress, but that's besides the point. Do you recommend me playing Nightmare? I thought he was an interesting character. I guess I'm just gonna I'm gonna use this as a segue though. We are not also saying here that you can't play characters you like, but if you are gonna play characters you like, just go in with the mentality of expecting the reality. Don't play a comp of like what's a very bad comp here. Let's think off the top of my head. Don't go in with Wildling, Mind's Eye, Painter, and Doctor, and then expect to come out with a 3K guaranteed or like a high chance to get a 3-man out.
Yeah,
when the reality is
actually
you're gonna lose.
Something else I want to point out. This is for mid to high tiers, and also people trying to become high tiers. You have to understand how team comps work. You cannot go into a match let me ask you guys this. I want to see how many people actually get this right. Let me give an example. So, I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical scenario. So the team comp is, I'm trying to think of a good example for this. The team comp is the Hunter Band's Seer. Let's just say the Hunter Band's Seer and Priestess, right? The Hunter Band's Seer and Priestess, and the survivors go, maybe Seer and Priestess. Okay, let's just say Seer. The Hunter Band's Seer, and the survivors go Priestess, Entomologist, Enchantress. What do you think the last character should be? What do you think the last character should be? If you're the last person to pick a character, what character are you guys going to pick? Tell me right now. What character are you guys going to pick? Don't tell him Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus, because he knows the answer. He knows there's a few characters that you pick that would be perfect. What character, based off of what we've been talking about, do you guys think would be good right now? Just for a ranked match.
Yeah.
Seer Band
for a match.
And the survivors pick Enchantress, Entomologist, Priestess. What are we picking?
What are we picking here? Come on.
Not Prisoner. Shut up, John.
Not Prisoner at all. Not Prisoner.
Wow, you guys are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Decoder. Mercenary forward. Absolutely.
Not a Mind's Eye.
Not a Mind's Eye. Not Lucky Guy.
Skill.
That was a very, very easy one. Psychologist, no. Mercenary, you need a rescuer.
You
have to have a rescuer there. Mercenary, forward are great. Gravekeeper's fine. Mercenary would be better, obviously, because it's not banned. Coordinator, I would say not coordinator. Coordinator's not a consistent rescuer.
Rescuer.
She's a good rescuer, but not consistent. Mercenary is the most consistent rescue.
Perfumer. Perfumer, no, but yeah.
Perfumer is not a consistent rescuer. She's more of a kiter, not lawyer. So that's great. Forward or mercenary is the perfect answer for that. And so, how many people do you think in my rank matches will pick mercenary in that situation? I would say about 40% of them will pick mercenary. 60% of them will pick a character they want to get a badge with, like Prospector. Completely pointless. Terrible character to pick in that situation, right? Terrible character to pick in that situation. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a harder one. Seer Band. Survivors go forward, Merc, Priestess. What's your fourth character? What's your fourth character? Seer Band, and you go Mercenary, forward, and Priestess, and you're the last person to pick. What do you guys think is the right answer here?
There's quite a few, so.
This is a good one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I want to know. Okay, we see there's a.
I don't want to say yes. No, I just want to
look.
Actually, 4 rescuers isn't bad. That's an interesting comp bet. But that's more situational.
All right.
And that requires a lot of practice.
I'm gonna start reading them out then. Yep. All right. So we have Ento, Novelist, Psycho, Postman/Mech, Batter, Prisoner, Perfumer, not Batter.
Batter's Batter. So in that, what the correct answer would be any good kiter, but any character that has regular decoding speed or also has faster decoding speed. Any character that is regular, and Prisoner is not one of them. Prisoner is not a good character.
Prisoners, if you want to be a mid-tier, sure, fine.
Yeah. Any meta character that has regular decoding speed.
I would say
that has regular decoding speed.
I would say, in my personal opinion,
not Mind's Eye.
Yeah, not Mind's Eye. I would say probably, since we're gonna be revealing, the best possible option for that comp, I would say, would probably be Postman, in my opinion, for me. Just because Postman already gives himself decoding, as well as he can give a decoding letter to the other comp, to the other one of the rescuers. He has decent kiting for himself with the dog. He supports throughout the match. He can dungeon letter, etc.
Acrobat and Patient are good. Batter is not good there because Batter has 20% slower decoding. So you have Priestess with 10% slower decoding.
You have Forward with 30%.
Yeah, and Merc with 25. So your decoding is terrible. If the first kite's not good enough, especially in a rank match, you already lost the game.
Not to mention, you already have a harasser over there. You don't need a second harasser on the team.
You don't need a second. You don't need Batter there. So Psychologist is fine. Entomologist, Postman, good. Barmaid, no. Barmaid is terrible. Please do not play Barmaid in rank, guys. Encourage dude is the worst. Barmaid is one of the worst rank characters you could play. Ento is good. Psychologist is good. First Officer, no, it's a slow decoder again. It has to be someone to the regular decoding speed or better. And so most of you guys know this. So why is it so hard for when I go into a ranked match and I get a high tier player and they just randomly pick Prospector when we need a rescuer, or they randomly pick, I don't know, Gravekeeper or Batter when we need a kiter, a regular decoder? Why is it that complicated? So you guys know this. And how many of you guys here are peak tier players? How many of you guys here are peak tier players?
How many of you have?
I think most of you guys are not, right? And that's totally fine. I'm just saying, how many? So you guys already know more than a lot of the peak tier players on this server. And why do you think that is? Because you guys watch. Because the people here watching the stream I already know. You guys are great. You guys are people who come into my chats. You guys are great. You guys spend your time watching high tier players because of badge as well. They play characters so they want a badge, and that's stupid. You guys watch my streams. I'm sure you watch other people's like Psyches and Zeus's. You watch guides, and you guys want to improve. But you guys are such a small percent that want to actually improve, right? And the rest of the community doesn't, and that's the problem. So you guys know these things, but a lot of top players and also mid-tier players, they don't know these things because they don't invest their time in watching streams and trying to learn. So how many people? Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Last time I'm saying this. How many people do you think? What percentage of the comments on my tier list are people saying things like, "Prisoner is good. You don't know what you're talking about, Eli. You don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't be making these videos. Prisoner is a good character. She should be higher." Mines is a good character, she should be higher. Lawyer's a good character, he should be higher. Okay, not a direct shot at you, Rework, but I'm just saying, right? Doctor's a good character, she should be higher. How many people do you think come into my tier list? At least like half of them. At least half the comments are literally comments like that. And so people come in and they're like, Eli, you know what you're talking about. You want to know something very interesting? You know something very interesting? Is that who just won the most recent NAU tournament, right? Who coached them? Oh wait, I did. And you know, and this is not to be this is not to be toxic. This is not to be bragging. I'm just saying, I want this server to improve, and I want to get the message across that people can learn from me. People can learn from Zeus. People can learn from Psyche. People can learn from us. We want to be teachers. We want to teach you guys, and we want to help you guys learn and become better, right? But people don't listen. They don't listen. They go say whatever they want because their character that they got one B badge with, they got one B badge with a mind's eye, and they think that character is good. And then when we tell them it's bad, they come in and tell us we don't know what we're talking about. And that's the problem with this. That's the problem with this server, is there's no respect for high tier players that maybe know what they're talking about. And I talked about this in a previous stream, but until people start to realize these things and start to, it's not even me. Go look at Psyche. Go look at Zeus. Who else streams? Nobody streams anymore, so I don't know.
Fafa on Twitch, I guess, because Fafa's still alive, but
Fafa, go look at Fafa. They will tell you the same things that I'm telling you guys right now. And they will also tell you the same things that I'm telling you in the tier list videos. But people still don't care because their main isn't higher. They kited one Naiad for... I kited one Geisha as Mind's Eye for 80 seconds one time. Therefore, she's S tier. That's not how that works.
That's not how... Congratulations, you kited a bad Geisha. Round of applause.
And that's the problem. How many people say that? Mind's Eye sucks. Prisoner sucks. Barmaid sucks. Doctor sucks. They're not good.
People put the value of a character based off how they play when they don't put the value of the character based off their kit. You know how many people...
Or if they have a badge with them.
You know how many people I have come to... You know how many people... I'm going to ask now, who is the best rescuer? Out of the... If I'm not wrong, out of the 5 rescuers that we have what? We have Wildling, Merc, Forward, Officer, and Cord.
Wait, real quick. Sorry. Yeah. I just want to address this super quick. This is like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
People say Luca is great for decoding, not for kiting. That's also incorrect. Because Prisoner loses a lot of decoding progress when he connects the ciphers. He loses progress, and he also loses progress when he has to go for long connections when he's trying to finish someone else's ciphers. So he's actually not good for decoding either. Postman is very good for decoding because he gives a 20% increased decoding for both himself and the person that received the letter. And then Mechanic is very good because Mechanic can do a cipher machine for free while sitting on the rocket chair. So Mechanic and Postman are great decoders. And then Explorer's okay. Prisoner is actually, not only is he not a good kiter, he's also not a good decoder because he's useless while on the rocket chair. And Explorer can give a letter when rescued with Tide Turner. It means he can give a letter for someone to go use it to decode. And Mechanic can decode with her bot while being rescued with Tide Turner. Prisoner can make a connection, but he's not decoding. He's not giving that bonus. And they're losing progress when they use that connection. Prisoner, and I had no idea Luke was bad. I thought he was A tier. That's the thing. That's what's upsetting. Is that people don't know these things because so many people have in their heads, and it's not your guys' fault. If you're newer to the game, and you know it's not your fault. I don't blame you. Prisoner is not. He's not a very good character. He's just not. He's not good, and so many people think he's good because there's so many mid-tier players that are like, oh my god, Luca's so hot, he's so good, he's good at decoding. But he's not a good kiter. He does not promote ciphers very well because he loses cipher progress, and he's useless once he gets found. Mechanic is still good once she gets found. Postman's still good once he gets found because he can still give letters, and he's a good kiter because he has the dog. And Prisoner's useless. That's the thing. Prisoner is useless. So that's why Prisoner's not good. Hopefully you guys think because this is really important because so many people think Prisoner's good and he's not.
Yeah. So yeah.
So and don't blame Prisoner. Trust me, when I see a Prisoner at a match when I'm playing Hunter, I already know I'm in a good spot before the match even started. I love Prisoners.
So yeah. Now with Prisoner being so yeah, who out of the 5 I already saw, but I'm gonna just ask it again. Out of the 5 rescuers that are in this game, who is the best rescuer? Mercenary, Forward, Officer, Wildling, or Cord? Out of the 5, who is the best rescuer? I just want to see it. Who, in your honest opinions, who is the best rescuer? Alright. So I might check Merc. Merc and yours. Merc. Why are y'all taking the game so seriously? Because we want to see the game improve. We want to see our community actually get representation because we actually care about the game. And
because everybody in every other region besides this one, they take it seriously.
So why would we not show
every
respect?
Every region in the world besides NAU takes it seriously.
So I don't know.
Who do you guys think is it Merc or Forward? Because it's actually interesting.
Yeah.
To see which one's better.
All right. So I see a lot of people saying Merc. I see a lot of people saying Forward. People are saying Forward because Forward is game changing. He's harassing. He's support. And then I see Merc arguments saying Merc is more stable at rescuing. Now I'm gonna say this. Both of them, sure, there are valid arguments, but Merc is default best rescuer in the game. Oh god, I even left out Gravekeeper. I completely forgot about Grave. I apologize. I apologize. I completely left out Gravekeeper. I'm sorry. He just gets he gets no love. He's so
Merc is the best rescuer, but Forward is more valuable.
Exactly. That's where also what Eli was saying would understands composition.
Okay.
Do you want
green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Postman better rescuer. Yeah, totally green, totally. Yeah. Mercenary is single-handedly the best rescuer in the game. Now, can anyone on either chats tell me why Mercenary is the best rescuer in the game? What about Merc? Yeah.
It's not Nagito Merc, as long as it's not a Nagito.
Yeah, as long as it's not a Nagito Merc, because then Merc becomes D tier if you have the Nagito skin on.
I feel like Survivor Man should play some hunters so they know what to be. I always say that.
Oh, please, if you're a survivor, play Hunter. If you are a survivor, for the love of God, play Hunter.
That's a really good point, Bob. But if you're a survivor main, we also encourage you guys to play Hunter, because you can learn things playing Hunter that you can incorporate into your survivor gameplay. Sometimes you'll play Hunter and you'll get kited by this person, they do some weird mind game that you didn't expect, and you're like, oh wow, I could use that in my kiting. Or if you're playing Hunter and you know playing all these Hunters, what helps make me a better survivor. Bossy is the best rescuer. Okay, dude.
Yeah, okay.
What's helped me become a better survivor is playing a lot of Hunter. I play Sculptor, I play Bloody Queen, I play I play Dream Witch, I play Wheel. I know how these Hunters work, so I know what because I do it. I know what the strategies that they're gonna use against me. I know that they're gonna try to put a statue in this pallet or put a trap here and try to force me to go this way, and I can play around. I know they're gonna put a leech here to cut me off and try to prevent the rest. I know these things, and Zeus knows these things, and you guys who play Survivor and Hunter know these things. But people who only play Survivor, they're gonna have a lack of knowledge that they could gain from playing Hunter that will help them with their Survivor gameplay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, people have been saying it. Yes. So you all know why Merc is the best rescuer. Delayed damage. Him being able to not actually succumb to the effects of the hits for until 15 seconds pass if it's one hit, 30 seconds if it's two, is broken. It's what makes him the best rescuer in the game. The fact that he can get terror shocked, he can get double hit on before rescue and still actually get the rescue off and then exit the premises with elbow pads, that is why he is the best rescuer. You guys in my chat know that, people in you people in Eli's chat know that. So now if you all know this, why is it that people still manage to find a way to get stuffed? I'm not or just either don't pick Mercenary at all when he's not banned. They'll go for something like they'll pick Cord or they'll pick Grave. While Grave is good, if Merc is open, why not take the Merc for the close to near 99% chance of you successfully coming and getting the rescue, even if you mess up and get double hit. Because regardless, if you get double hit, you'll still get the rescue anyway, because you have 30 seconds to get the rescue and then leave, so that way then the hunter can't double chair.
Yeah.
Why is first officer not used as much?
I can answer because
yeah.
You think about it this way: when you get in a situation, what's up, Chocho? What happens is, as a first officer, if you have a hunter with a good hitbox, the first officer is coming for a rescue. They're gonna cut them off from a distance. They're gonna swing at the air, and they're gonna force the first officer back. And again, a lot of the meta, and First Officer can be used like once you have a lot more bans and stuff, but Mercenary is a better rescuer. Gravekeeper does feed presence, but he forces attack recovery, which means he can get the rescue if he's cut off from a distance. If First Officer gets hit from a distance, they just swing at the hunter, just swings at the air over and over. And if they hit them, then they're gonna dash back to chair and get stuffed. Even if they do get the rescue, they're still getting double hit. Grave doesn't get double hit because he forces attack recovery on the shovel, and then he's full health when he reaches the chair. If Officer gets hit out of his watch, he's not full health, he's half health, he's getting double hit or he's getting stuffed. With Merc as well. If Merc gets cut off, he can just elbow pad past the hunter, so he's not getting stuffed. And even if Merc does somehow get hit from a distance, he still makes the rescue. He gets double hit, which is not good, but I mean, he still does make the rescue, even if there's a chance he would get stuffed. But Merc can double pad past the hunter, which is way better. Officers' watches, they're not good.
They're not good enough.
They're not that strong. They're not as strong. But not only are they not as strong for kiting, they're not as strong for rescuing.
And with how niche it is, they're better off being used as a kiting item compared to an actual rescue item, even with how bad it is. Like, if I had to pick one, it would be, I would rather...
Priestess is a good ban. You can ban Priestess.
Priestess, global portal through anything. Priestess is a good ban. It's always a good. And if you are scared of something, Priestess or Seers should be the two things you are scared of the most.
Yeah, don't ban Priestess on Arms Factory. We can ban her on every
Please,
other
yeah, don't ban Priestess on Arms Factory. Don't play Priestess on Arms. I'm not gonna say that because, you know, global portal, but don't expect too much out of Priestess on Arms Factory.
Yeah. I'll never understand why people will play bad survivors and we have 7 the win rate isn't high. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Well, what do you think? Antiquarian's pretty good. Well, that's a conversation for a different day. It's not bad though.
Yeah, I don't think Antiquarian's too bad. However, I don't think I've seen people already say that she's an S tier survivor, and I'm like, yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do you, buddy.
You guys already talked about how to improve NAU. We talked about how in terms of community needs to improve, be more positive. And actually not shit on everybody in tournament chats, in Instagram posts, and they need to improve in terms of attitude toxicity, and also less sexualize things, and then also less, obviously caring about skins is fine. People need to, if they want to rank and become higher tier players, they need to be more competitive in terms of engaging in watching higher tier player streams, learning from them. You can also watch from over in Asia. That's a good way to learn as well. Honestly, another thing, again, I brought this up very briefly, but teams need to get along. They need to work together to try to make to try to help each other improve. A lot of the top teams, you guys don't know this, but a lot of the top teams are often very stuck with practicing amongst themselves because nobody gets along. None of the top teams get along. They all hate each other. So that's kind of a problem, and it's tough. It's tough, and they got to practice amongst themselves, and that's the only practice they can get is through ranked matches and through practicing amongst themselves.
Yeah, like
those are things that all need to improve.
Yeah.
Until those things improve,
the server is just gonna stay.
We're not going anywhere.
It's gonna stay stagnated.
Yep. By the way, someone let me know when maintenance is done, because when maintenance is done, we can play some hunter matches or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if maintenance is done, I can switch over streams to like my phone or something, and then after that we can play, or I do PC or some shit.
Yeah, learn from Asia. They're a lot better than us, so.
Yeah. It's just like the gospel at this point.
Yeah.
Beef between top teams. Yeah.
What are actual ways to improve our community? Like, are
there ways to get
mid-top tier players? Maybe like tier lock tournaments for Griffin. Okay, so it's hard. Like, it's very unlikely that there'll be tournaments that are out there for like mid-tier players.
Because briefly,
but anyone. Yeah, but here's the thing. Anyone can become a top tier player if you guys invest in it. You guys can invest in practicing and becoming good players. You can invest in practicing, you can invest in studying these other higher tier players and learning to become better and actually start to rank up more. You know, this game is not that hard. Identity 5 is not a very hard game. It's not Fortnite. You have to press a million buttons a second and build like in Crane 90s or whatever they call it in Fortnite. This is not Fortnite. This is Identity 5. You have like
Fortnite.
2 or 3 buttons on your screen and you're using your thumbs. It's really not that hard. It's just, it takes time to understand strategy. The big part about this game is there's more strategy in this game than something like Fortnite. You gotta understand strategy and team sense.
You gotta understand teamwork.
And kiting routes. That's another part of strategy you need to understand. So.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Stu. See you later. Thank you for coming. So that's kind of like, yeah, that's one of the things you can do. Is that, and again, also improving Survivor is that you need to improve. You can play Hunter as well, to improve your Survivor as well. I'm going to become a top tier 100-star Survivor. I mean, you can do it.
It's possible if you dedicate the time. If you want to learn everything that you need to learn, then yeah, it's possible. Everyone on both chats, you guys can become high tier players. You guys can be the change. Like, if you're sitting here watching the stream, then obviously you care just like we care. You guys can be the change that you want to see, just like me and Eli have been trying for the last year or so. But it takes more than us.
Mobile. Yeah. You can, mobile for sure.
Mobile because you can't play.
This game's meant to be on mobile, not PC.
Yeah, it's meant to be on mobile.
I'm terrified of high tier hunters. To be honest with you, shouldn't. It's very. I know in NAU tournaments you see a lot of the hunters do really well, and it's very hunter sided. But that's so few hunters. I mean, the only hunters that do well in NAU tournaments is like 4 of them, 5 of them. In reality, 90% of the top tier hunters are not much stronger than the ones you normally play against.
Guilty as charged.
They're smarter, but they're not much stronger.
Guilty.
PCQ is also long. Yeah, don't play PC. There's a lot of downsides to PC.
Don't play PC unless you want free wins.
I'm surprised. Like, I see a lot of people who are like, I play on mobile, but I have a hard time playing on PC because of all the keybinds and whatever. I get that. Yeah. But the people are like, I play on PC, but I can't play on mobile. I feel like mobile would be just way easier. Like, mobile is so much easier to learn.
That's what I'm saying. It's like mobile is just everything is right there. It's so... There's nothing like I gotta stretch my fingers across a keyboard. I gotta like twist my wrist a certain way or something.
Actually, something. Do you have any Survivor kiting tips? Something that you guys can actually do, which nobody does, is you can go practice kiting against the Nightmare bots. That's actually not a bad strategy to improve your Survivor. If you're just by yourself and you don't have anyone to 1v1ing against good hunters is a very very good way to improve. Do you think the game is Survivor side? Yes, and it's supposed to be Survivor side.
It's supposed to be Survivor.
You guys can is the NAU server that bad?
Yes, it is. It is that bad.
You guys can. I would encourage you guys 1v1 against like pretty good hunters. So when I say pretty good, I would say tier 6 and above, Alicorn above. You can't maybe get a Manicore hunter, but practice 1v1 so you can practice kiting routes, kiting with different survivors, and then kiting against good hunters. Practice kiting Dream Witch, Bloody Queen, Geisha, Sculptor, and Breaking Wheel. Those in particular, practice kiting those because that's very good. 1v1ing the Nightmare bot as well if you have no one to practice is very good. Practice against the Geisha bot. I mean, practice against the Wu Cheng bot actually, because the Wu Cheng bot is very. For some reason, the Wu Cheng bot is very realistic. I don't know why. He just is.
Maybe because he has perfect teleports every time.
Yeah, he's perfect teleports. The Geisha bot kind of sucks, but you can still practice against her so you get an idea of how to skill check properly. Practicing against the Feaster is also not bad. Practicing against the Bloody Queen is very good. Yeah, I would recommend those for sure. The Nightmare is fine, honestly, but Nightmare's not that good.
Yeah, I'd honestly say number 1 is just the Wu Chang bot, just because that's mainly just raw kiting and that's about it. It would only be raw kiting for the most part. Unless you die.
How do I learn high tier hunter strategies? Watch streamers, but watch ones who know what they're doing. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who stream hunter, just like on Twitch and on PC, and they don't really know what they're talking about. I'm not gonna say names, but there are a lot of them. Watch high tier hunters. You can learn from people who play hunter who stream. I play hunter. I stream a lot. Talk a lot about that, so I can help you with that. You can watch Zeus. Zeus is very good. Psyche doesn't really play hunter, so watch Fafa, and then also watch guides about characters and try to learn from that, and also watch the China and Japan players as well.
I would also say if you want to learn high tier strategies, pick credible sources. And when I say credible sources, it's okay to go to somebody who is high tier for help. Obviously, that is fine. Not every high tier is gonna think the same. Not every high tier has the same grasp on the game, which is sad because I don't know how you're high tier and then we have different, and we don't think the same way about certain aspects of the game. That should be obviously, should be easy. There are a lot of people. Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. You've been trying to kite the Wu Chang bot for at minimum, bare minimum 100 seconds. But more than that, hopefully.
Yeah.
In rank matches, obviously, it's going to be different, but the Wu Chang bot, you should be trying to kite for 100 at least.
So yeah, I would say pick credible sources. Pick like credible people that you actually know what they're talking about, instead of saying, "Oh, this person is a Hydra or this person is a Titan," so they have to know what they're talking about, and just blindly taking their word from it. And they would.
Slade's also a good hunter. Slade's a good hunter, but he doesn't play meta. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, watching Slade is fine. Slade's a great guy, very nice guy. I like Slade. The only problem is it's very difficult to necessarily like. He's very good for entertainment and content, but the difficulty with Slade in terms of learning is he doesn't play meta hunter, so it's kind of hard to learn. If you want to become very competitive with your hunter, then you have to learn from someone who plays competitive meta hunters. But if you want to become, a little bit more casual for hunting in rank, then Slade's perfect.
Slade is fine. Slade has had badges for Axe Boy, Vio, Ripper. Like, Slade is good if you want to just learn anything. But if you want to,
you can watch. I don't know if Dreamer still streams. You watch Dreamer if he still streams. I don't know if he still does. Though.
You can watch Fafa, who's this. You
Watch
could
Fafa.
watch Fafa. If you want, look back at the old archives of my old streams when I played Hunter competitively. This server would be where was that thing? NA would be stronger competitively if people weren't so toxic. Dealing with negative people all the time is stressful, which makes it hard to make good game decisions. Alright, I understand that sentiment of people being toxic. Yes, obviously it makes the game a more pain in the ass than it already is. It's annoying to deal with, etc. But somebody being toxic, and just for me personally, I don't think a toxic player should be blocking your cognitive thinking when it comes to the game. Yeah, it's annoying. You got to deal with somebody who's going to bitch and moan in post-match if they lose, when it's probably their fault anyway, because they didn't know how to kite a BQ as a patient and they died in basement in like 30 seconds on top of Mercenary Cypher. Yeah, I know that's going to be an issue. But just regular knowing game decisions, like, all right, do I have to sell? Do I need to rotate ciphers? Do I need to do I need to hide or something, like, etc. Decisions like that shouldn't be dictated based off whether you got a toxic player, or more so, I guess what I'm saying is your mind shouldn't be so fixated on the toxic player in the game. It should be fixated on, okay, yeah, I have to deal with this shit later, but for right now, I want to at least make it worth my while and get the win. I want to at least make it worth the time.
Yeah. So the reason why the Dear Child said the reason why the morning session is better is because that's when all the European players play and they just have worse ping, so it's easier to win against them.
True.
But that's just
strategy.
That's just whatever. Yeah. Nayat is a draw behind, not ideal for aiming for 4K, which is why you should not ban her in rank.
You shouldn't ban Nayat. She barely, if none at all, has a win potential. Like, she's not there.
Shinga is currently in China, so he can't stream on YouTube. That's why he hasn't been streaming recently.
Kuro Shiro is a pretty good sculptor player. I like Kuro.
I'm not sure who that is.
No, it's a PC sculptor player / mobile sculptor player. I did a collab with them a while back. Yeah, Kuro is a good player. I like Kuro. He even does streams where he reviews.
Or is that something else?
No, Kuro Shiro. Yeah, it's a streamer. Yeah, no. He is a good player. He is undoubtedly a good player. He knows what he's talking about for the most part. However, there are certain parts and aspects of his thinking that are different because he doesn't really play Survivor. He is strictly, to my knowledge from the last time I talked to him, he is only a Hunter main. He only plays Hunter. Most of anything that he does is Hunter. However, he does watch IVL. He does review IVL gameplay and analyze matches on his channel. So I do think if you want to watch somebody like Sculptor, like if Dreamer doesn't play anymore, you can also watch Kuroshiro, but also keep in mind that he is a PC player for the most part. And PC Sculptor compared to mobile Sculptor are two entirely different worlds for the most part. It's like comparing PC Dream Witch and mobile Dream Witch.
So it is you, right?
What? No. Yeah, you. Yeah.
No, I know you. Yeah.
I was about to say, when you said you, I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, no.
So you like why?
you. Yeah. Why you? Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
You is a good. He is a good sculptor.
Yeah. I was going to say something.
I need someone who analyzes IVL. Is it an? Oh, you can also watch You can watch IV Lychee. Lychee's channel, Lychee's team, they do a lot of translations for IVL matches, more so the hype ones. But yeah, if you need I can't really recommend you an IVL channel that has it in English, mainly because it's not prominent in North America and in Europe. It's just not prominent here enough for us to have an English translation like on the fly on the dot. I would say just most likely just watch IVL and just look at what the players do. You don't need to hear what they're saying, just watch at what they do. Look at how the team rotates. Look at how they go in for rescues. Look at what they're doing if they're trying to sell a rescue. Look at what they're doing when harassing, etc.
There's two very good questions here, one from Chocho and one from Kerbin. So Kerbin says, what should you do if you play rescue when someone died early on your cipher? So if it is a good camping hunter, then you do not want to rescue. You want to stay nearby, though, to feed tinnitus, so the hunter will not... You want to hide nearby to feed tinnitus, so the hunter will not leave to go pressure the rest of the teammate ciphers. If it is not a good camping hunter, you want to rescue them before halfway, so they can use the tide turner to get away from your cipher and die away from it, and continue to decode it.
All right.
So by good camping hunter, I mean something like Sculptor Bonbon. By bad camping hunter, I mean something like Geisha,
BQ.
Buddy Buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then Chojo's question is, I had a lot of people asking me what hunters can 4K, and honestly it's pretty difficult to answer for me because it's a Survivor meta, but what are your thoughts? The best hunters for 4K are Dreamwitch and Breaking Law, obviously. Sculptor has 4K potential as well. Surprisingly, Geisha has win potential. I don't know why, it doesn't really make sense, but for some reason, Geisha has not consistently, but has had more success with 4K potential than a lot of the other TIE hunters, such as Bloody Queen. So definitely Geisha, Sculptor, Breaking Wheel, and Dreamwitch are the best hunters for 4K. Another hunter that interestingly enough has 4K potential is actually Axeboy, because Axeboy, he has good chase, and he can also chair on people's ciphers a lot easier than other hunters, because he can use he can put down the path and use it to get a speed boost and drag the survivor really far to someone's cipher machine and chair on them, and it gives him a lot better cipher pressure and map control, and has good chase at the same time and good camp. So Axeboy, for some surprisingly, actually has 4K potential as well.
Yeah.
Anything about the new hunter? I don't know about the new hunter yet.
Nilla, when you're feeding tinnitus, you in theory are slowing down Cypher Rush because you aren't decoding, but you're also keeping it around the same because you're preventing the hunter from actually leaving the chair to go pressure the other ciphers.
Yeah.
So, in concept, yeah, you are, but you're also allowing the other two survivors on the team to decode freely, which allows them to then start new ciphers and continue on with their days without.
And the reason why feeding tinnitus is really important is because what happens is so Axeboy's 4K potential, guys, but he's also inconsistent, so that's why he's not necessarily as good, but he's still fine sometimes. So the reason why you feed tinnitus is for a few reasons. Maintenance is done. Okay, we'll play some matches in a second. The reason why you feed tinnitus for a few reasons. One of them is that if the hunter leaves to pressure a cipher machine. Thank you, Chocho. Yeah, thank you. The reason why, if the hunter leaves to pressure someone else's cipher, you get a free rescue and the person can escape. If they continue to camp the entire time, then think about it this way, right? Is if you're a merc and then you have two regular decoders decoding besides yourself and someone's on share as the fourth person, if you're feeding tinnitus, then they cannot pressure the two people that decode at normal speed. But if you go to decode and don't feed tinnitus, the hunter will pressure someone with regular decoding speed. That way, there's someone with slow decoding, you being the merc, and then someone with normal decoding, and the last person is not decoding. But if you're feeding tinnitus, then two regular decoders are decoding instead, so that's faster cipher rush, right? You think about it that way? And if they do leave the chair, you get a free rescue, and the person could potentially get away.
Exactly.
What if it's clerk who can pressure without leaving the chair? Then you can still, then you don't necessarily have to feed tinnitus for... Oh, well, if it's clerk, then you rescue. Because clerk has bad camp.
Clerk has no camp.
Yeah, so if someone dies on your cipher and it's before half, if someone dies on your cipher quickly, someone goes down quickly and they die on your cipher, and it's a hunter with bad camp, then you just rescue before the halfway mark. Clerk has no camping skills, so you just rescue.
Clerk has no camp besides just hitting you early and praying to God that she can, abuse that wonky hitbox of hers to get a double hit.
You only feed tinnitus if it's a hunter that has good camping abilities, like a sculptor or a bonbon or something.
Something along those lines. A feaster,
like
if you're worried.
Feaster, maybe feaster.
I guess Axeboy to an extent, if you're going up against an Axeboy.
So is maintenance actually up, guys?
Is it actually up, or are you trolling? So I might have to switch now to stream to mobile. See how that goes. He always live when I'm at work. I'm crying.
So before we stop talking about this whole idea, the main idea, the ways that you guys as a community can help NAU get more recognition is keep positivity in your in the chats, in tournament chats. Keep positivity in the Instagram comments, and don't go into English chats. Don't sexualize characters. Don't start be toxic with players and start arguments. Try to keep as positive as possible. That's ways that you guys can as well help that as well, help the community as well. And then also, if you guys want to improve, which I know a lot of people have been asking, how can I improve? Watch top player streamers. Watch top tier streamers. Watch guides, and actually try to understand what they're saying and incorporate it into your gameplay rather than arguing with them and contradicting their ideas. And also watch other regions like from IBL and stuff. That's the way that you guys can do it, to keep positivity instead of starting toxicity. And then also try to engage with and understand what the top tier players are trying to present to you, and use that to incorporate into your gameplay and become better players.
Do you think Clerk can be dangerous? Yes, Clerk can be dangerous. Clerk can 100% be dangerous. We saw it in IVT. We have seen it in IVL now for a little bit. Clerk can definitely be a major threat. About to watch Fafa. Yes, go show support to all these people. Go show support to Psyche. Show support to Eli. Show support to Fafa. Show support to all these other content creators that are spreading competitive agenda or trying to help the community get better at the game as a whole.
It's okay to ship characters, but it's not okay to overly sexualize all these characters and say all these completely inappropriate things in public channels about them.
It's not okay. Yeah, it's not okay for you to go in a public channel and say, I want this character to absolutely it's not
animated, coded, pixelated.
Yeah,
thing that doesn't exist.
they're literally not real. Like, okay,
you want to know something kind of funny? Is that when I make a tier list, I've literally had comments when I say things like, "Oh, lawyer's not a good character," or "Prisoner's not a good character." There are genuinely people who are serious, not trolling. They will genuinely say things like, "How dare you? How dare you put this character down?" They treat it like the character has feelings. They're like, don't put Prisoner down because his backstory is so good, or Prisoner, that why would you say this thing about Luca? That's so mean to him, or something like that. And they literally act
like it's a real person.
It's like it's an animated character. Like, I understand people love the backstory. I think it's really cool that they include all the backstories and everything. But then when someone says they're bad, they're a bad character, which some of these characters are, and they get really mad about it because their backstory is cool and they like their backstory, even if the character's not good, they'll defend the character and stuff like that. And it's just like, and I know that seems like it's like they're trolling, but people are serious about those things. They are. I'm gonna play. I don't know whose account. Let's see.
I don't know who's alive, but I'm just setting my shit up.
Don't hurt the pixels' feelings.
Don't hurt the pixels. I'm crying. No, the pixelated feelings. How horrible. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm just trying to live life. Meanwhile, the chat is just watching me struggle with this.
I gotta figure out who's not on there so we can.
Damn, bruh. Alright, chat. Alright.
But yeah, we're gonna play some Hunter now. So hopefully, again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Hopefully this was beneficial and helpful for you guys. I really hope it was, and I hope that everyone can learn from this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is really important.
This was. So does my overlay want to work, or what is this? I'm kidding. Wait, so that means Eli, when did you hit champion?
I know it's in yesterday. I know it's less. I know it's less unusual than I think, but the way that people, the sexualization of characters is
It's
like the way that they do it. Like you can do it if you're talking about your friends, whatever. But when you talk about like these characters doing, like, I can't say it, but like there are things in English one chat that I've seen that you don't come back from. I'm gonna be honest.
you don't come back from it. No, I understand that. It really is bad. Me just trying to adjust my chat. It must be nice. But nah, there's stuff that you see that you just don't. All right.
Use Chibon.
Setting up stream because this shit is annoying. And why doesn't this want to work properly? People that are watching
Alright,
my
we're gonna hope-
stream.
I hope we don't kick Shiba off here.
For people that are watching my side of the stream, this is what I have to deal with every fucking day when I want to stream for you guys. So please, I hope you're happy with the content.
Let's see here.
No, it's horrible, dude. There we go. Finally. Is the overlay behind the screen? No, it's fine now. It's working out good now.
Dreamers is, I don't know if he still streams. It's on Twitch. It's like the thing is, I don't know if Dreamer still streams or not.
Dreamer? I haven't seen the Dreamer stream in a while. Opinions on Magician.
Yeah, Zeus's channel, by the way, is what's your channel?
Zeus IDV. Stat.
Zeus IDV on YouTube. Yeah, Zeus IDV on YouTube.
I think Magician maybe has somewhat of a chance. So Antiquarian is in rank though, so.
Yep.
Oh well, time to see how good she fares. Maybe together we can watch live. Magician is S tier, totally 100%.
Oh, I literally got an in-ban. We literally first match in-ban already. Not
Beautiful. Beautiful. We love to see it.
Thank you
So much. 2-step, bro. Thank you so
Oh yeah,
much.
typical dreamer typical underscore dreamer 07. I don't know if he still streams, if he does. Yeah, he's on Twitch. Make sure you guys go drop him a follow. I've been trying to encourage him to stream again, so we'll see. Alright, well, they didn't ban Bloody Queen, so I mean, we'll just take advantage of that.
Now watch there be a prisoner. You rather solo queue than invite us. Listen, I need it just for the point, okay? I need it just for the point. Can I adjust this, please? Like.
Yeah, the skin's too flashy. Use this one.
There we go.
Actually, we're just gonna use my basic worn clothes skin.
Are you now?
No, we're gonna use Fiery Diva because that one's cool.
Are you sure you're not just basic, Eli? Are you sure you're not just basic?
Do you prefer to kite Ann or PQ? Definitely Ann.
100% Ann. Oh, look at that, Eli. My first match in Survivor, and you know what they banned? They banned Naiad.
Thank you, Eli and Zeus. I'm gonna go get Terror Truck this mode. Yeah, good luck.
Time to see everything Eli and Zeus complained about in action. Yeah, if everyone...
It's already started. They already banned it, so... Here we go. Wait, is there 2 people here or 1? There's 2.
So now, look at that. And what were the bans for Survivor? They were... Oh, wow. So nobody wants to play Mercenary. Instead, they want to bring Officer when Merc is available. No, never mind. We're going to get a Magician. This is so nice. God.
Antiquarian's kind of good, guys. Damn. That's crazy.
Who would have thought, right?
Antiquarian's annoying, damn.
Damn right she is.
She's actually playing her correctly. Too.
So yeah, for everyone on my side of the chat, yeah, just look at this. No, this is nice. Look at that, Eli. We're preaching over here. God. So if you don't get a 4K by the time 3 ciphers are,
Wait, what?
2 ciphers are done, you're bad.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get killed on mirror, but oh well.
No, it's fine. Ooh. Not gonna decode the middle because that's a weak cipher.
It's okay, guys. I've seen a Merc get stuck full health by a BQ. They got cut off from a distance, gave a basic hit and did an owl pad, and then got tear shocked once they reached the turf.
Guess I have to decode middle now. That's great. Yo, Eli, there's a new thing on Antiquarian. I don't know if that's for the speed boost or not. I'm not experimenting here. Gravekeeper getting first chase. That's odd.
Really just not gonna rescue.
Oh yeah, and I have a prisoner on the team, Eli, just to top it off.
Guys, if you're gonna rescue, you need to save either before half or well after half when the person's almost dead. You cannot instant save after half like that. Because now this person's dead on chair and you lose so much cipher progress from it.
Also, you can't rescue early in general. If somebody's on their first chair, let them be on that first chair for like, I'd say maybe 20 seconds before rescuing. Otherwise, you're just farming and that there's no cipher rush being gained from that person's chair. That's a geisha.
I think it's because the Fiery Diva.
What do you mean? Every time I play Fiery Diva, I do good. What is that geisha doing? Is that a friendly?
No, like my basic skins are always... I always do good with basic skins. Isabella's annoying.
Well, 3 points. Eli, I got a friendly, so...
No problem, H-Gold. No problem. Guys, also, stop. Don't instant rescue. You want to save... Guys, you want to save right before... And she canceled attack recovery, dude. Oh my god. You guys want to make sure you're saving right before half. So that way the survivors have extra time to decode. If you instant rescue, then you're losing decoding progress because it gives them less time to decode.
Eli, what's the opinion on friendly hunters?
I mean, if you want to be friendly as a hunter, that's your, that's your decision.
Yeah.
What? Am I blind? I swear to God, I just saw something here.
You are blind.
Hello? What? Oh, you're here. Okay.
Well, I don't get to use Antiquarian in an actual match setting, so hopefully this match... Nope, I'm not gonna get another match. Damn. I'm gonna just...
I'd also encourage you guys to learn Flywheel. Flywheel is very strong.
For all the people that want to learn Flywheel, I want to say this now. Flywheel has a 1 second delay on usage. As in, do not use it when you are like the literal frame before getting hit. Otherwise, you will get hit and then Flywheel.
No. You actually can use it if you hold and release instead of tapping.
Hold and release? No, I tap.
A lot of people, they try to tap, and yeah, tap has like a half-second delay. But if you hold and release, or like you hold down a Seer Owl and release, it's instant. You get instant. Like I instant time the Nightmare dash. You get instant time Wu Chang, instant time Naya if you hold and release.
Oh, I see. I'm a man of the tap.
That's really annoying. You guys see that? Why should you do it again? I mean, I don't know why they're still trying. The game's over. Like, what do I do again? There we go. I don't know what she's doing.
Eli, you didn't kill them all, but at 3 ciphers, you're bad.
I'm playing Bloody Queen.
I don't care.
Yeah, you hold and release it, guys. You hold and release it.
Nah. Oh.
Don't try to tap. I know a lot of people don't tap. hold and release, you get instant any swing if you time the hold and release properly. What is this little girl doing, bro?
She's harassing, obviously.
Can you surrender, please?
Oh, I guess another thing that annoys me. Don't waste my time in a match, please. If the match is already set in stone in a loss and there's no comeback, please just surrender. Please let us move on. Please, for the love of God. Like,
you're wasting your own time.
Oh yes. How did that? Eli, I'm watching on that feedback because I know the delay. How did that not hit the little girl on the page?
That's fine.
Hey, I got a match. I guess I get to end it off. Let's go. Please. Clerk ban, Naiad ban. Nice. God bless that my ban went through. Holy shit. God.
Eli, why do you ban teleport after using blink? Because the cooldown is shorter. So if you're approaching an endgame situation and you use your blink, you have 150 seconds of blink cooldown. But if you switch to teleport right after you blink, the cooldown's only 100 seconds for teleport. So you can, I would don't insta switch early game or mid game, but maybe late game, when you know it's approaching the end game, like one cypher or something like that. You can switch to teleport and it'll shorten your cooldown to 100 seconds for teleport instead of 150 for blink.
Why am I the... Wait, why does this antiquarian not have borrowed time? Oh my god. Do we want to address builds while we're here, Eli?
No.
Why does...
I mean, you should always have borrowed time.
Why does the antiquarian not have borrowed? Factory.
And I play Gamekeeper, sure. I play Gamekeeper game.
Can you play
Waxlord
Fire?
Your Waxlord is definitely not D tier. Waxlord is actually very strong, but he's like A minus 5B something like that. He used to be D tier, but he actually got buffed.
Oh shit, that's a Percy. She took away the recovery of the Percy. We see it here first, folks. NAEU at its finest.
Actually, guys, she could be pretty good against Bloody Queen. Because if you mirror and you're able to run up to the Bloody Queen and hit the main body into a wall and stun her while the mirror's up, then you can kite out the mirror image potentially. So she could, in theory, be good against Bloody Queen. I don't know yet. I'm gonna test it.
Swear to God. You know. No borrowed time in Aquarian, and then takes away a Percy attack recovery. Nice. Love to see it. And she's dead.
Alright. Well, we'll play Gamekeeper next, though, for sure. Is she broken? Oh, he just missed that one.
Oy. Why are they going for this? Eli, how's Hunter going for your end?
Oh, the basement's not there. Oh my god. Guys, do not body block a block block, please. Do not body block a bonfire, guys. Bad idea. Well, we do know basements here now. Also, little girl, decode your own cipher. Don't combine with other people, please. You actually lose decoding in the process.
It's Aquarian blood out, and yet we're still potentially getting a tie. Huh.
Alright, who's coming for this? Let's see.
Hey, buddy. Abnormal Percy, huh? That's still something that's ran.
Alright, well, she's not saving. The Enchantress might still come. No. No, Enchantress is floating over there. Alright, we're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Percy for you. Loop him out a window. And that, my friends, is how you kite a Percy.
Oh my god. No, I missed. Damn, I suck. That's unfortunate.
Hey, at least you got the pallet swing.
Don't run in a straight line either. It's also a bad idea.
Make your movement spontaneous. Also, look behind you when you kite so you can actually see if the hunter is following your routing or not.
Lol.
Ah, I fucked up Cali. Campaign.
Don't harass with Enchantress. What the hell? Why are they all trying to do this one cipher, bro?
That's aggravating.
Why are they, guys? Why are they? What are they doing? I don't understand this. Oh, okay, you can't blink through that. Dude. That's annoying. Damn, miss.
Damn, bro.
Foreman doesn't have self heal, so.
Oh, at least I got the tie.
Damn, if we hit that, that would have been big. We want to try to bomb her here, so she can't stun.
Alright. Well, that's a tie. Oh, damn. 1 point away from promo. That sucks.
Alright, GG.
GG's, kids. GG's.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Eli, you're gonna see me on the antiquarian leaderboard.
Alright. See you.
I'm 5th antiquarian. Yes, sir. Alright.
Insolent. For Bonbon, it's not like that bad. Alright. Gamekeeper, do we have Gamekeeper on this account? Let's see if there's a Gamekeeper here.
Alright.
Gamekeeper, yeah.
Alright, Eli, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna say bye to my chat.
Alright.
Thank you for
See you later.
having me on stream. Goodbye, chat.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Eli's chat.
Yeah.
Peace. Alright, with that being said, chat, that is going to be the end of the stream. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It was a very important stream that was needed for the sake of the server. So yeah, with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next stream. Bye bye, everyone. Love you all.